Hello and welcome to On the Bench LFC. Today it is the match build-up show for Liverpool versus Wolves, the last game of the season for us. It's been one hell of a week for football in general, but can we round it off with a Premier League title? We've got a lot to discuss in this one. I'm going to be looking at all of you guys in the live chat. I am joined for the beginning of this show by none other than Connor and Mickey. I want to say a massive welcome to everyone in the live chat. Massive welcome to these two lads for starting today. The boys are back in town. And after Connor and Mickey and me have started the show off discussing the game and the build-up, then we are going to be taking live call-ins again on the bench. So thank you to everyone that's joined us today. I'm just going to get the live chat up to say hello to a few people, and then we will get straight in to the show. Easy Scotty says, hey my friend, thank you for joining us. Nightlife, hey my friend. Moches, Eric, Thomas, Anthony, Dylan, Liam, TJ, all of you. Michael, thank you so much to all of you for joining us tonight. Massive fist pump to all of you. Right, it's a tough game, a tough game. When we saw the last fixtures and everyone was concentrating on obviously City dropping points and they were saying, we got to rely on Man United, we got to do this. My head was always looking at the last game and at Wolves because I was thinking, they're a really tough opponent to play against. I know we're at Anfield. I know our capabilities. We've proved it time and time again this season. We've been absolutely fantastic. But you can't underestimate Wolves under their manager Nuno. Obviously, he's one of the best managers now in this league, and the attractive football they play. So I'm going to put the question firstly to Connor and ask him what his score prediction will be. And you guys in the live chat, make sure to put your score predictions in there as well. And as we are talking amongst ourselves, feel free to put some questions in there and hopefully we can ask the lads and we can answer as many of your questions as well. So Connor, score predictions for Sunday, my friend.
It's gonna be one of these games. It's either gonna be a really tough one or we're just gonna end the season on a high, in my opinion. I think I'm going to go with a 3-1 to Liverpool.
I love it. 3-1. Do you know, that's my score prediction for the final. My score prediction is up on a screen for everyone to see. You can see I've gone with a 2-0 for this one. I'm thinking to myself that Alisson is going to want to keep that clean sheet. The defenders are going to want a clean sheet for the last game of the season. It will be a tough one, and it could be the case in my mind that we're only a goal up throughout the whole game, and then at the end, obviously, we end up finishing it off with a lovely little goal. All the fans can have a lovely sing-along and it'll just be good vibes, hopefully, at the end because we'll have a 2-goal cushion. However, I would like to see 2 early goals. So, Mickey, I'm going to come to you and say, firstly, what's your score prediction? And do you want to see Liverpool come out the blocks fast, get a couple of early goals, so that if City do manage to hear some whispers in their changing room at half-time, they might feel the pressure even more so if they see that Liverpool could be a couple of goals up by half-time?
Well, I'm going to go massive here. I'm going to go for 4-0.
Is that 4 early goals or a couple of early goals? How do you see it panning out?
2 in the first half, 2 in the second half.
Yeah.
One goal early. I'm going for a Salah hat-trick as well, so he definitely wins the Golden Boot.
Yeah, do you reckon, obviously Mane's up there as well, but do you reckon the boys are going to want to try and feed Salah, Mane to try and make sure that they do win that? You know that that's a big prize as well for the players individually, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, Trent and Robbo want to get them assists, don't they? They've got a competition between them. Yeah. So yeah. I don't think the care who gets on the end of them as long as somebody does. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. Look, I'm not phased who scores. On the screen, you can see just underneath where my webcam is, you can see goal scorers. I've put Origi and Salah. The reason I put Origi is because he's a man that's scoring big goals for us. He's a man that seems like he's in form at the moment. And there is an update today that Klopp did give us, and that there is going to be no Bobby for Sunday. So we're going to talk more in depth anyway about who we think is going to start and stuff like that. But I think Origi's done enough to, definitely get into the starting 11 for the game against Wolves. Connor, what's your views on that, my friend?
Well, if it was like a tough game, like obviously Wolves is a very tough game, but if it was like against Man City, we'd all be a bit gutted. But after Tuesday, I think Divock Origi is the first name on the team sheet.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone cares if he plays in the middle, left, defence, anywhere. As long as he plays and we can end the season on a high, I honestly don't think anyone cares.
Yeah, he's doing really well at the moment, as I just said. I would love to see him get another goal in this game, especially if it helps Liverpool win the last game of the season. I see Emma Hobbs is in the building saying hi to you, Brad, Michael, Stephen O'Connor, Jack, Liam, Daryl. Welcome to the live stream, everyone. Milton, thank you for joining us. If I've missed a few names, sorry, there's a lot of comments coming through. Thank you so much. I hope you've all had a fantastic day, and please leave your score predictions in the live chat. Let everyone see. Obviously, there's a lot of people that do watch these streams back, and they can see your comments up on the replay as well. So it's important to this channel to get your views out there as well. Gary, welcome. Faison, good to see you all. So I saw a comment in the live chat just then saying about Robbo, I think it was, is he fit? What I've got here that I saw today is that Andy Robertson didn't train today. Adam Lallana did and Ox did. Salah trained, but it was an individual session due to, obviously, he's been out because of his concussion. But Salah looks like he's going to be available from tomorrow for full training. And then it looks like Salah will be available for Sunday. So I will get to my starting 11 in a minute. And I can't wait to hear your guys' starting 11s as well. But it's an interesting thing to see that Lallana and Ox are training again, and I want to get everyone's views on whether they think that Ox or Lallana could start in midfield, because we've got a few injuries at the moment, haven't we? Mickey, does Ox or Lallana get a shout to come in midfield against Wolves?
No.
It's simple. Give me your reasons, my friend.
They've just come back from injury, so we need to win this game no matter what. Doesn't matter what City do, we need to get the 3 points. Yeah. One of them could make the bench, if not both of them. But for me, neither of them have done enough yet to start. We're going to see the best of Ox next season. This season was a write-off. We knew that from the start. Ox next season. Lallana said he was going to have a great season, but most of it in the physio room. I think it's time to say bye to Lallana now.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of comments online saying about, obviously, because of Lallana's age and the injuries that he keeps picking up, that maybe it could be time that Lallana does move on. But always there's lots of topics, lots of streams that we could talk more in depth about that. But this one's about Wolves. So, Connor, I'm going to ask the same question to you. I see in the live chat, Clive had said no as well. It would be nice, in my opinion. I don't think either of them should start. You will see my starting 11 moving forwards in this stream, but I don't think either of them should start. But if we're doing well and we're winning by a couple of goals or a few goals, I definitely would like to see Ox maybe get some minutes. There's a couple of players that do need a few minutes, especially with the Champions League final coming up. And all I've seen online is people saying, can you imagine if Ox comes on in the Champions League final and scores the winner for us? How amazing would that be for him with all that time that he's had to have out with that injury? It was so sad for us to see because of how good he was becoming, and for the player himself. So do you think he could get some minutes in the game against Wolves, Connor?
I agree with both you and Mickey. I think both of them do not start at all. I think, though, if we are going by Mickey's predictions, so say if we are 4-0 up by a certain time, I think then you put them on, like what you said, to give them minutes. And I think it's more Ox than Lallana. I do agree with Mickey. I think Lallana's done at the club. I think he turned 31 today or yesterday. And,
it's his birthday today, so happy birthday to Lallana.
and
As we're talking about you two saying he's done at the club.
Yeah, happy birthday, Adam Lallana. But he had 2 good games against Burnley and Fulham, and if throughout a 50-odd game season you can only produce 2 games of fitness, then I think it is time for you to go, because we want to have literally everyone in this squad of players competing for that starting 11, and at the minute Adam Lallana's constantly on the injury list.
Yeah, I can't help but feel that Klopp is keeping... Klopp said it himself before that Lallana's one of the best players, especially 2-footed players, that he's ever, worked with and seen. So Klopp is obviously a big admirer of Lallana. He absolutely loves him from what we can tell when he spoke about him before. So I feel like Klopp has given him chance to, get over these injuries, hopefully get over the niggles as well, and come back to the best form that he had under Klopp before, because he was one of the first names on the team sheet. So it's really sad when you've got a player that can be that good for you and then suffer with injuries. If it was just a case that there was no injuries involved and they just lost form, we've seen it with players over the years, then you're just saying, look, maybe their best is behind them. But when it comes down to injuries, you always hold that thought in the back of your mind that I hope that the injuries can stay at bay. I hope that they can get back to the way they was, because you know it's not down to their form. You know it's not down to the quality or the ability they've got. It's just the niggles, and that's what's going on with Lallana there, in my personal opinion anyway. But anyway, like I said, happy birthday to Adam Lallana. I hope that he does get over the injuries, because it would be amazing to see him, get over that and move forwards. Welcome to the live stream, everyone. The Kilt is in. LFC Tim, Jihad, Jack, Anthony. Thank you for joining us, everyone. Massive shout out to all of you that are in the live chat. We will be taking live call-ins on the show once me, Mickey and Connor have finished discussing this. Obviously, the start of the show will be about Wolves. So, yeah, get your Skypes ready, everyone. Right, so let's talk a little bit tactically. I'm going to get my starting 11 up on the screen. Give me 2 seconds to sort that one out. I'll just remove that and put that up. So what you can see on the screen now, everyone, is my starting 11. And Connor, Mickey, if you're not able to see what I put up, basically I've gone with Alisson in goal. He picks himself every time. Trent at right back, which there's a question that I want to ask everyone that's watching later on. But then Joel Matip, Virgil van Dijk, James Milner at left back because of the situation with Robbo at the moment. Do we risk him or not? I'll get your views on that, lads, in a minute. Shaq, Fabinho and Gini in midfield, Salah, Origi and Mane up top. Now I've gone with that because of the performance against Barcelona. A lot of people was talking about Shaq maybe giving away a ball quite a bit against Barcelona, but the performance level, so many people around the world, not just Liverpool fans, but so many people were saying that was one of the best games of football that they have ever watched. And this is coming from Man United fans, this is coming from Chelsea fans, people that hate to give Liverpool praise at all. And Shaq and Origi was part of that team that did that. So I can't see, if they're fit enough, I know they don't play week in, week out, but if they're fit enough to start this game against Wolves, they've definitely got to be in with a shout for it. What do you think, Mickey?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely 100%. Excuse me. For me, in your team, Henderson's got to start, because we could be lifting the trophy.
Yep. I see people putting in the live chat right now about Hendo. I'll give you my reasons why Hendo's not actually in the starting 11 for me, and it's just because of the knee. Obviously, it does look like he will be fit for the game, but I've got it in my head that I don't want to risk aggravating that knee anymore when we've got the Champions League final coming up. Jordan Henderson has been absolutely fantastic for us recently, and if he plays against Wolves and it does anything or any more damage towards that knee and he's not available for the Champions League final, not only will that hurt us, I think, as a team, but that's really going to hurt him. He's a captain of the Liverpool football team. He's leading from the front. Connor, I will ask you this. Do you think it's worth risking Jordan Henderson when he has had this recent knee aggravation? What do you think on that?
It's probably not worth the time of him playing because like you said, yes, he could aggravate the knee yet again, and then it could be a lot worse. But if Klopp's happy with him, if the physios are happy with him, I think Jordan Henderson starts, because since he's moved into that 8 role, he has been unbelievable. Yeah,
I fully agree. Mickey, did you kind of see where I was coming from on that's why I put Shaq in the midfield instead of Jordan Henderson?
Yeah, but Henderson's actually trained fully, hasn't he? So I believe he's more likely to start. To be honest, it's going to be. I think he's going to play a strong side, because we've got quite a gap to the Champions League final, and he plans to send him on a holiday on Tuesday for 5 days.
Yeah, we have actually. That's something that I've wrote down here for everyone to see. Liverpool are going to attend a warm weather training camp before the Champions League final. In case you lot didn't know, it will be either in Marbella or Mallorca, I think I read earlier, from the 20th of May to the 30th of May. And that was Paul Joyce. I saw put that one out earlier. So, yeah, they've got that as well, haven't they? There is a break between the final and now, but I fully get what you're saying, Mickey. He's trained. If Jordan Henderson thinks he's okay to play, then there's no way Klopp doesn't pick him for the first first starting 11. But I did see in the live chat people saying that they agreed about resting Jordan Henderson. So absolutely fantastic to get your views, all of you that are in the live chat as well. How worried are you, Connor, about the threat that Wolves can pose?
It all depends which Wolves turn up. If the Wolves turn up, they'll sit back deep and then quick counter attack, then we have got to be a little bit worried, because if you maybe watched the Crystal Palace game earlier on in the season, we were committing men 2 forward, and we had to score 4 goals in that game to just win. And we obviously conceded 3, but I think Wolves this season is basically over. So I think they literally won't care. Maybe if they were in the FA Cup final, they'd want to maybe get in the rhythm of it, but obviously they lost the semi-finals. So yeah, I honestly think we might just walk over them. Maybe.
It's a nice thought to think that we're going to do that. I think definitely out of the 2 games, we've got the tougher task. And when I say the 2 games, I mean, obviously, everyone's putting the 2 games hand in hand, which is obviously City versus Brighton and Liverpool versus Wolves. So I look at Wolves, as I said, as a really tough opponent. I think Nuno's been fantastic in what he's done. They've got some quality players. If Liverpool come out the blocks fast, like we did against Barcelona in that game, then I would like to see us score a couple of early goals. And as I said earlier on in the stream, if we can get a couple of early goals, I guarantee Pep Guardiola is not going to want his City players hearing any news, and it probably goes the same way for our players. At half-time, they will not want them hearing what the score is from the other game, because if it leaks to them that we're 1 or 2 goals ahead already by half-time, the pressure is fully on City. And that is what I would like to see happen. But I must admit, I wasn't worried about Chelsea. I wasn't worried about the other games. It was mainly this that I was. And I think to myself that it's the last game of the season. It's a nice thought to think that we could be cruising this game and the fans can all really enjoy it and be like, this is the last game of the season. We've got a Champions League final next. Fantastic. But the boys are all going to have to be in full game mode. They're going to have to concentrate fully throughout this game, because Wolves are proving that they can beat top teams this season. They've proven that if you let them, they can play so smart and so well in games that they could make this go right to the final whistle. And that's something that I don't want to see as a Liverpool fan. I don't want to be sitting on the edge of the seat going, no, we need a win, we need a goal, and it's 85th minute and we're still sitting there on the edge of the seat. I really don't want to be feeling like that on Sunday. I would rather be in cruise control and being able to flick over to what's going on with City, if that makes sense. Check your phone. Hopefully Murray's banging in goals for fun. That would be really nice. But something that obviously to do with the Brighton and City game as well, guys, is Brighton's captain's Bruno, last game of the season for them. So I wanted to say this because nearly 7 years he was captain for them. So I think he's going to want to go out on a high. The Brighton players, are going to want to play for him. They're going to want to perform for him. The Brighton game as well is a really important game for Liverpool, obviously, because we're going to win the league if they manage to get the draw. And interestingly, Brighton midfielder Pascal Gross said Klopp deserves a title because Liverpool played at the highest level. We will try everything to take a point against City. Obviously, as Liverpool fans, we're going to agree with that. Liverpool have played at a higher level. But if the result doesn't go for us on the weekend, if City do get the points, Mickey, what's your overall views on it? Will you say hats off to City? They've been a fantastic team this year, or what else can you say in that situation?
Well, let's be honest. Since they last lost, they've won every game. They've not drawn. So fair play to them. They caught us because we drew games. And they are the best side that's ever played in the Premier League ever. There's no doubt about it. And we should be proud, no matter what, of taking it to the last game.
Yeah, fully agree with that one.
But for me, we have no pressure on Sunday. That's why I'm confident we'll win 4-0. Yeah, there's no pressure at all on us. Our result doesn't matter whether we win or lose, draw, because it depends on theirs. They are the ones that have to win because it's in their hands. The pressure's on them, and they haven't handled the pressure well in the last 4 games. They've just about, luckily, won every game.
Yeah, it's been really tight, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
I saw something earlier that Raheem Sterling said he would much rather be in their position because they know if they win, then obviously they've won it. But I'm not too sure that he might be fully telling the truth there. Obviously, it's a good position to be in because you know if you lose it, then you know that's on your head. But I think that is where the pressure comes from, because if they actually think about it before the game, they're going to be sitting there thinking, if we lose this or if we draw this, that's it. We've handed Liverpool the title. Liverpool have still got to beat Wolves on Sunday. So I do think that we've still got pressure on Sunday because obviously if City do drop the points but Liverpool, you know, lose that game, then it makes no odds. So I think both teams are going to feel the pressure on the day. And I just hope that City feel it a lot more than what we do because, as you said, it's theirs to lose at this point in time. Connor, what's your overall views on the same situation, my friend?
I agree with Mickey in the sense that I feel like Man City have all the pressure on them, and we do have slight pressure, but it's like none compared to Manchester City because, like what you said, if they draw or lose and we win, they've given us the title. Yeah. And this is supposedly it is factually, if they do go on to win the league, the best side probably the Premier League's ever seen. And I think Liverpool deserve a massive amount of credit to taking it to the last day. And and in my opinion, I think even if Guardiola does win the Premier League, I think Jurgen Klopp's the Premier League manager of the season, because to go from 25 points to just 1 and competing on the last day is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's not just a point difference; it's also the net spend and stuff as well, isn't it? That comes into it.
Yeah, exactly, and like just thinking about how. All right, we've spent some money, but nowhere in comparison to Manchester City. No one has. I think Chelsea, maybe the next team next to them. And I'll be disheartened if we lose the title, but I won't at the same time. I'll be proud of this team because we can...
You there, Connor? I think we may have just lost Connor for a second, guys. I think basically the gist of what I was taking from Connor saying there was that we should be proud of the lads no matter what. And I don't think there'd be many Liverpool supporters out there that can't say that they're not proud of Liverpool this season with everything that we've achieved. Another Champions League final, taking Man City right to the last day of the season. There is a lot to be proud of, isn't there, Mickey?
Definitely. If I had told you at the start of the season we'll end up with 97 points, losing once, you'd have gone, yes, great.
Yeah.
Another Champions League final, yeah, great. Yeah, we're 2 games away of... If we win the next 2 games, we've definitely won 1 trophy and the possibility of 2. If we don't win, as Klopp said in his press conference a few weeks ago, this is just the start.
Yeah.
We have got a young team, a lot younger than Man City's. This team will win things, and it will. I think there's a 4 or 5 year of Man City, Liverpool dominance in the Premier League and Europe.
Yeah, I fully agree with that one. We was literally, me and Mickey and Connor was having conversations last night, and we were talking about it and talking about even the players individually and saying who was our best left backs. Who was our best right backs? And then we're talking about Andy Robertson now, Trent, how he's playing. And we were just saying, and you look at the ages of the players that we've got, and we've been absolutely fantastic. And there's so much room for improvement in them players as well, isn't there? Like, as you said, Klopp said, this is just the start. This is just the beginning. And for anyone that doesn't know, I know it's been out online. It came out yesterday. There is a rumour that Liverpool are... they're drawing up or they're about to offer over the next week or so a new contract extension for Jurgen Klopp for another 5 years. So that is absolutely fantastic news. I mean, it's not news that we kind of wasn't expecting. I think, Mickey, for myself, I thought to myself, surely Jurgen Klopp, Liverpool have got to offer him a new contract at some point because there's no way you want to lose that manager, is there?
Well, from the rumours, they're just rumours at the moment, so we don't know, they're going to make him the highest paid manager in the world.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Oh, we got Connor back. Yes.
Oh, no, go ahead.
going to make him the highest paid manager in the world just to keep the dogs at bay, if you know what I mean. Because Real Madrid are going to be looking at him. Barcelona are going to be looking at him. Bayern Munich are 100% are looking at him because they know him. They wanted him. They couldn't have got him from Dortmund because that would have been different. But there's Juventus looking at him. There's a lot of rumours out there. Liverpool, all they're doing is saying, here you are, Klopp. Here's a new contract. Here's a big transfer money. Which player do you want? Have him. I think he's built that much of a rapport with the owners now. Klopp could ask him for Mbappe and he'd get him. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, maybe we all need to message Jurgen Klopp and say, ask the owners for Mbappe. You lot know my views anyway. I love Mbappe. I think he's fantastic. Look, I think our front three are still... They're an amazing front three, and I think that they're only going to get better. Same for all of the team. We've wandered a little bit from the game on Sunday because of how great Liverpool have been this season. It's so hard not to talk about that, so hard not to talk about how great Jurgen Klopp is. But tactically, if we're looking at my starting 11 that's on the screen, everyone, I went with James Milner at left back to start this one, and I think it's only because we saw, like I said, Robertson didn't train today, and we definitely need Robertson to play left back in the final. So I'll ask you first, Connor, as you're now back. Would you start with James Milner at left back? He did fantastically against Barcelona, and we've seen him play left back so well in the past anyway, haven't we? What's your views there, my friend?
If Andy Robbo is not fit, then 100%, because I definitely do not want to see Alberto Moreno on that field at all. I want to see his face flying back to Barcelona, back to Spain, and he can go to Barcelona and enjoy not having a European trophy next season.
It's funny, Klopp was asked today, he was asked in his press conference, about obviously Moreno, Sturridge. Is this going to be the last we see of them? Obviously their contract situation. And Klopp said it's possible that it could be the last, but he said he didn't really want to talk about it. He said it's not the time for that. So I'm sure there's a lot of you that are going to have your own opinions on Moreno and Sturridge and whether you would maybe keep one or two of them. There's other players that we can throw in there as well, and who you would keep moving forwards and who you would like to sign as well. But I thought it was interesting that people already trying to ask before the season's up about contracts and stuff like that, because let's face it, we're talking very much about a Liverpool team now that we don't just talk about the starting 11, we talk about the squad depth. And again, coming up against Wolves on the weekend, it looks like we're going to have to look at Liverpool's squad depth because we've got the injuries there. Bobby's not available. So I don't like it when you hear people saying about that player should be gone or whatever, when we might actually still need them and they could be a big part. I mean, Moreno, he's not going to come in because Milner will play that or whatever. But do you think that Liverpool squad depth has got a lot better, Mickey, over this season?
Well, we talked about this at the start of the season, if you remember, that the players that we brought in, they were more squad to push the first 11, and some of them have come in and taken over their place in the first 11, like Fabinho. But yes, I think the squad is definitely stronger, a lot stronger than it has been. And I think that's why we've got to 94 points. Yeah.
Just hearing you say 94 points and thinking that we still might not win the league is absolutely crazy. Imagine 97 points on the table and you don't win the Premier League. It's not even possible in my brain that a team could do so well in a season and still not win a Premier League title. It is going to be massively unfair on the team that doesn't walk away with it. But at the same time, this is why, like we've just seen this week's whole week of football that has been absolutely fantastic, and this is why I've just got this feeling in my head that you have got to say to yourself that special things do happen. The Liverpool game against Barcelona, the comeback, never give up. Mo Salah's top. Never give up. And then you look at the Spurs game, they didn't give up either. I mean, it's like some people saying City are definitely going to win their game, they're going to smash Brighton, and you think, okay, on paper, yes, they should. And Liverpool should beat Wolves. But that's why this last game day is going to be so special, because you just don't know what's going to happen, because it is football, and Liverpool could go and smash Wolves and City could get smashed by Brighton. And that would be unbelievable, wouldn't it? I mean, what would be the first thing you would do if Liverpool win the Premier League, Connor?
Lose my voice for one.
Shave your hair off.
Oh, that ain't happening. I might shave my beard off. Might do. I would do it right now if it meant that we won the league. I'd do it right now. I'd be like, bye, and bye, beard, bye. But scream and shout, and then go on Twitter and just abuse Man City fans.
See, Ken Jones has just literally hit the nail on the head. He said, I would cry. And I think that would be me. I would literally be bawling my eyes out. Mickey, do you think that would be enough to bring you to tears?
Oh, definitely. But I've already got it planned. I brought a bottle of champagne to celebrate our Champions League win last season. It never happened. It's still in the fridge. So I'd like to open that for a start.
That would be lovely.
And
go on.
I've also said that I'd have a big tattoo on my arm of Liverpool. But only if we win the league, not if we win the Champions League. Only if we win the league. Then when we win the league, I'll have a big tattoo.
My brother said if we win when we win a Champions League final, he said he's going to get a tattoo of Jurgen Klopp, a massive tattoo of Jurgen Klopp's face on him. I think he's going to get it on his arm. He said it last year. Obviously, we went to the screening at Anfield and it didn't happen. He was like, oh, now I can't have Jurgen Klopp tattooed on my arm. But now we're back in the Champions League final and he's saying, oh, I might get to have Jurgen tattooed on me. And I'm like, absolute legend. That is going to be fantastic. If he does that, when that happens, I will have to get it up on the channel for sure. I'm seeing people saying they're going to run naked down the street and stuff. Look, Anthony saying he's running naked down the street. John's in the building. Good to see you, John Hamilton, mate. Thank you for joining me. Thank you to all of you for joining me. The Angry Scouser's in the building. Tony says, miss talking to you all. Thank God Daz is back. Thank you so much, everyone, for all your kind words. Welcome to the live stream tonight, everyone. Once me, Connor and Mickey have finished discussing the match on Sunday, don't forget we are going to be taking live call-ins, but it will be later on when you see the Skype badge come up, like it always used to be, the good old-fashioned way. Then we'll be taking live call-ins from you lot on the live stream. And if you're watching it back, then feel free to leave a comment down below, and for anyone that then watches it, they get to see your comments as well and your views on it. Start with your score predictions. Let us know who you think is going to be the goal scorers, little things like that, and let's all put our hands together and pray that a miracle does happen on Sunday as well when it comes to City. Stephen says, I'll pour a 4-pint on my head. Stephen, film it, send it to On The Bench. When we win the league, I'm going to say when we win the league because we've got to be positive, okay? When we win the league, you've all got to send me the craziest things that you're doing to celebrate. You send it to On The Bench and we'll get it all up on the channel and we'll get some of your guys' absolutely amazing celebrations. That'd be fantastic. If not, we'll wait till the Champions League final and we'll do it then, won't we? Alfie says, I would just be happy. Alfie, you know, sometimes you don't have to go all glam and glitz on it. Sometimes just being happy is all it takes, my friend. Right, so we saw a lot of score predictions at the beginning. A lot of people seem confident when it comes to Wolves. And I've got yours too, score predictions. Connor, did you tell me who was going to be your goal scorers in yours?
Oh, no, I think my goal scorers are... Oh, I actually don't know now. Mo, Virgil and Sadio.
Oh, lovely. That'd be absolutely perfect if that happens. Who do you think is going to start at centre-back? So you can see in my starting 11, I'm going to ask Mickey first, and this goes to all of you in the live chat as well. Don't forget, everyone can see your comments and can see what you think. I've gone with Joel Matip to partner Virgil because obviously I think Klopp is going to want to go as strong as what he possibly can for this game. But I have seen online a lot of Liverpool supporters saying recently that obviously with the Champions League final coming up, does he maybe rest Joel Matip and does Lovren get a shout? I know a lot of people were saying no when I've spoke about it on the other live streams. And there is a shout also about Trent at right back and maybe does he get rested and Gomez get some minutes? Because Gomez, it would benefit Gomez getting some minutes, especially with the Champions League final coming up so that Klopp's got full options. Mickey, what's your views on that? Would you rest maybe Matip or Trent in this game, or would you stick with them two and just go full guns blazing?
Well, as I said earlier, I think we'll go full guns blazing, but I'm going to give you a little bit of a tactical thing that I think Klopp's going to do because of the way Wolves play. I think we're going to play with the back three: Gomez, Matip, Virgil.
Yeah.
And we'll have Milner and Trent wide.
so
they can play more like midfielders. We'll have a midfield with Fabinho, Henderson and Gini, and we'll play Mane and Salah up front.
How many of you in the live chat agree with what Mickey's saying there? If you think Mickey's spot on with those tactics, leave a thumbs up in the comment section. Let us know. That'd be fantastic. Connor, what's your views on what Mickey just said there? Do you think tactically 3 at the back might be a really good way to go in this game?
It's very attacking. I would love to see it. But
yeah, it's definitely a way to blitz them from the off.
Oh, definitely.
And it stops the counter-attack with the 3 at the back.
That is true.
The one thing that worries me about that is because Liverpool, I've kind of got it in my head that I just want to kind of see Liverpool do what we've been doing. We've done so well this season and we don't really play with 3 at the back. So it's like, stick to what you know and get through this game, get another win under your belts. Last game of the season, brilliant. I think playing with the 4 that we do, if we was to go with Trent, Matip, Virgil, even if Milner has to slot in for Robbo because of the injury concern there, but if that was to be the case, I think tactically we should still be stronger than what Wolves have, obviously. So I do like the tactic twist there, that we could play 3 at the back. I want to see what other people are saying in chat. Alfie says disagree. Arnell's got I disagree, but we've got Easy Scotty with a thumbs up. Lovren says best defender in the world, World Cup runner-up. I see people saying that Lovren, no way, he loses concentration too often. So, you know, Rat Wolf says both centre-backs got to play. So a lot of people are saying basically stick with Matip and Virgil. Anthony's got 5-2-3 for his formation. Anthony, please elaborate on that in obviously in the chat and let us know what players would be in that 5 for you. Arnell's got 4-3-3 all the way. Liam's got a thumbs up for Mickey's tactics there with 3 at the back. Rishi's got a thumbs down for it. So at the moment, I think a lot of people just kind of want to stick with the usual 4-3-3 and maybe see how that pans out. I think
I would like to see Joe Gomez maybe at centre back, and then maybe further on in the game, then maybe we substitute Trent for Matip and then put Gomez at right back further down the game.
Definitely gives Gomez the minutes that people are talking about online where they're saying he needs some minutes, doesn't it? What else have we got? Michael Cole's got a 3-0 prediction. Mane and Salah to get the goals. I love that. Thank you so much for putting your score predictions in. If anyone hasn't put a score prediction yet, then please feel free to do that. Milton says there is no time to experiment now. Stick with what works. 3 in the back is a big risk we can't afford now. Mickey, I just saw you was trying to say something, mate.
What I was going to say is people are saying experiment. Well, when we've got a 2-0 lead, he brings an extra defender on. We played 3 at the back nearly all season in most games.
It's very interesting.
We haven't started that, but we've ended up in some games, we've changed to 3 at the back and won the game that way because we were struggling.
Yeah, it's very interesting to see how Fabinho likes to sit as well, isn't it? And split the 2 centre-backs.
Yeah, Fabinho, he's just like a wall, isn't he, for him? I mean, he's made Virgil and Matip's job easier. Yeah. But the reason I want 3 at the back, and you might laugh at this now, I want to see one of those Matip Messi runs again. You know what I mean? He can go forward more. You know, one day one of them's going to come off.
Me and Mickey was talking about this last night, and he was saying how he thinks how good Matip's been recently, and he said he loves to see him run forwards and stuff. And I said, do you know who it reminded me of? And some of you guys that are watching this will actually remember, but there was a World Cup years ago, I can't remember which one it was, I was quite young, and Sol Campbell, he made that fantastic run, didn't he, on the ball straight forwards. It's a bit of a blur, but I remember him doing it, and I think that's what it reminds me of when Matip runs forwards. It's just that centre back that just goes on a mental run up the pitch, and one part of you is like, I love it, and another part is like, what are you doing? You need to be at the back, you're a centre back. Has you on the edge of your seat.
Well, Fabinho steps, when he goes forward, Fabinho steps into that centre back. If you watch on the pitch, he steps back.
Yeah, that's all part of the players knowing what to do in certain situations, and that is where Klopp has been so good. I think it comes down to the players as well, because obviously they've got to know how to read the game, but I think they know where each other is, not only in attack, they know where each other is when it comes to defensively as well, don't they?
Listen, last season we blitzed teams. We played better football last season, like going forward, but our midfield was shot and our defence was very open to counter-attacks, and we lost a lot of goals last season, and we lost a lot of points that way. I think this year we're still good in attack, but we're balancing it out across the pitch more. And it isn't as good on the eye as what last season. It's still good, but it isn't as good on the eye as last season. But we are winning games from it, and it's more professional. And I just think something's changed there. And I think Fabinho is a big part of that change. And that's one of the... And also, moving Henderson further forward has helped.
Yeah, 100%. And that was down to Henderson, obviously, giving the manager a nudge and saying, look, I think you can utilise me further up the pitch, and it's working a treat, isn't it, so far? I saw a comment here saying, where was it? Chris says Agger used to get forwards. Do you know what? I still love Agger. He's Liverpool through and through, wasn't he, Daniel Agger? Do you remember enjoying watching Agger play, Connor?
Oh, yeah. I felt really sad when Daniel Agger left.
Yeah.
Because he was just so good, going through the lines and then scoring a 35-yard whopper. It was just, I wish we had him now.
Yeah.
Was he not 28 when he retired? He retired young.
He did retire young.
Yeah.
I can't remember the exact age, but I know he retired young, which is a shame because he was a fantastic footballer, absolutely fantastic. And like I say, he was Liverpool through and through. That's what I loved about him. Josh Gavin says more of a balance this year. Obviously, with what Mickey was saying, it's very true. We are more balanced. It's not just all about getting forwards, flooding the other team with attack. We know how to see games out now. We know how to be clever in situations. We've come up against this for years when Liverpool played, and it was like we knew we could score 3 or 4 goals against teams, but I think you said it last night, Mickey. You said we'd be 3-0 up last season and then all of a sudden it'd be 3-3, and it was because Liverpool just didn't know how to maybe take their foot off the gas a bit and slow the game down and play at their own pace. And this is very much what we're seeing Liverpool can now do, and it might come down to the personnel that we brought in, but also I think tactically, it's, you see Klopp. You heard James Milner say, basically, when someone said to him, what did the manager say to you when he brought you on? And I can't remember what game it was, but it was recently. And Milner said, he basically just said to me, go on there, calm the boys down, slow the game down a bit. And I think that's fantastic. The manager knows that the game, you don't want the other team to get momentum or whatever. So he's saying to his most experienced player, James Milner, get on there, calm it down a little bit. And this is one of the reasons why we need to have players like James Milner in the team. And it's interesting because he's only got a year left on his contract. I think he's 33 if I'm correct. So obviously there's going to be talks over the summer about a contract extension. I'll be very surprised if there isn't. Connor, do you think that James Milner we're seeing for another couple of seasons, or do you think he's only going to see out his contract and that'll be him done with his football career?
I think it depends what Leeds do. Because he has said, I think in the past, he said he wants to finish his career at Leeds. So if they get into the Premier League, I think he might want to go and play there. But if they don't, I just don't see why he wouldn't want to stay at Liverpool.
Yeah, if he's still able to play at such a high level and win major trophies, which, let's face it, that's where Liverpool's going, then I think he could still do another couple of years at least at Liverpool. And then if he wants to go back and finish his career off at Leeds, then that's fantastic, isn't it, that he should be able to do that. But I really do hope that there's a contract extension lined up for him anyway. That's what I saw today, that hopefully there is going to be some discussions. John Hamilton says, Ajax played in the second leg v Spurs like we did last season, i.e. nobody covering when a defender went roaming forward. We saw it several times when De Ligt went forward, nobody covered his space. We learned, and now midfielders drop back and cover when defenders go forwards. Yeah, it's all part of what we're saying, isn't it, John? It's very much that Liverpool were fantastic last season again, but there was a major points difference between us and City, and we've bridged that gap this year and taken it all the way. And it is because we've learned from our mistakes, and this is part of why I was saying that when it comes to the final as well, Liverpool are more seasoned than what Spurs are. Liverpool have been there, they've been in the Champions League, and this is what I'm hoping helps carry us over the line. And I'm just hoping that, next season we see even more improvements like what we have this year, because there's been spells this year where I thought, can it get much better than what we've done this season? What's your views on that, Mickey? Can we get much better? How far do you reckon Liverpool can get compared to what we're playing now?
Well, the aim is to beat Man City's 100 points.
Yeah.
This team going forward with a few add-ons, with Klopp's leadership, we could challenge that Man City 100 points. To me, next season is let's not lose, let's not draw, let's win every game.
Invincible.
Yeah. Do one better than the Arsenal team. There's a lot of draws in there, Invincible.
Yeah.
A lot of draws. Let's try and do a big... listen, it's virtually impossible because there's been some good sides try it and never succeed. Yeah, Man City were that far ahead of everybody last season, they couldn't even do it. So, but let's aim for that. And I see no reason why this current Liverpool side can't progress further and be that. And like you said, I'd like to see him next season move a little bit step up. Is now we know how to defend a bit. Let's do a bit more attacking than we did this season. Because there's some games where we took the foot off the gas at 2-0.
Yeah.
And when you look at it, we're 4 goals behind Man City. I think we need to get these smaller teams. We need to do what Man City were doing to them 5 and 6-0. We were winning them 2 and 3-0. We need to be looking at getting more goals. But like you said, they've got to balance it out. And going back to what you said about James Milner, James Milner is as fit as any Liverpool player. He's the fittest Liverpool player. That's official. Yeah. When they were doing all the pre-season training, he was always the last one on the run around the field. Always last one off. And there's no reason why that guy can't play central midfield till he's 40. He's got 7 years left at the top level. He can spend the last 2 years at Leeds. I'd like to see him a part of this Liverpool team for the next 4 years. I think he's got a big. He's experienced, everything else. The way he started the season, the first 6 games, he was immense.
Yeah. We haven't got anyone else like James Milner. That's one thing that I want to point out. We know if we get an injury to a left back or to a right back, or maybe even to a winger, you know that you've got Mr. Reliable James Milner. He can just slot in. And that is something that's very rare to find. And that is what we've got in James Milner. And I absolutely love it. And Connor, what Mickey was saying about another 5 years, how fantastic would that be to keep hold of James Milner for 5 years?
Oh, it'd be brilliant. And it's not even like a bold claim to make because it's realistic. James Milner is probably the fittest player in the Premier League.
He's definitely up there, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's 33, and that should really be sparking things for other teams. You need a person like James Milner. And I agree with you, there's no one else in the squad that is James Milner that can play right back, left back, centre mid. You could probably put him in goal and he'd probably be better than half of the league's keepers.
Yeah, 100%. Milton says Lovren is too rash in his tackles and he tends to give strikers too much space. The reason Aguero scored to beat us at the Etihad. So, I see people still saying about Lovren and not too sure about Lovren and his place in the starting 11, especially moving forwards. But squad depth, Lovren's still in the team and one of the best defenders in the world, obviously, as he rightly says himself. Royston says 7 years, really. So Royston doesn't quite think that Millie's got 7 years left in him, obviously. Josh says Milner reminds me of Kaut, just how he gives his all. 100%. I think you're spot on there. I think Kaut was one of them players that turned up in big games. He gave it his all. He would have run until he dropped. And that is very much what James Milner's like. What was I going to say? Anyway, let's move on from that because we're speaking about James Milner for a lot. Leon says, Dazza, Robbo is back for Sunday, ain't he? For anyone that's just joined and wants to know about the updates, Robertson didn't train today. Liverpool are just playing it by ear from the sounds of it with him, but I've put him in my starting 11 for I put James Milner in my starting 11 for the weekend, because if he's not trained today, then I don't want to risk it, basically. Lallana and Ox did train today. Salah trained, but it was an individual session because he's still got recovering from the concussion. But Salah is due to be able to join the team for full training tomorrow. So Salah looks like he's back as well, but there is no Bobby for the Wolves game. Bobby should be back for the Champions League final though, guys. That is something I really need to point out. Right, is there anything else that either Mickey or Connor wants to add to do with the Wolves game before we start taking live call-ins?
Let's just hope we tank them, really.
Let's tank them, Connor says. I love that. Smash the thumbs up for a Liverpool victory, everyone.
Well, for me, a little bit off subject is looking at... There's a couple of Wolves players been linked with us just lately, Jimenez and Neves. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at them. If you know what I mean.
Let's hope they don't look too good on Sunday, though.
Well, yeah. Hopefully they look rubbish. Yes.
Yeah.
I've just listen. I 100% know we're just going to roll them over. I think the atmosphere, if it's half as good as it was Tuesday, yeah, we've just beat the best side in Europe, who I think are better than Man City, Barcelona. Yeah, 4-0 at Anfield. Yeah. I'm not scared of this Wolves side.
Yeah. I saw a really good comment online earlier, and it was from a Liverpool fan saying about even the Champions League final, saying it's not that I'm scared of Spurs, it's that I'm scared of losing against them. And I thought that was really well put, because I think that might be a similar sort of feeling to what a lot of Liverpool supporters have got. And I think it kind of goes hand in hand with the same with this Wolves team, because they're a very talented team and they can hurt top teams. They can beat top teams. We know that. But it's not that I'm scared of them. It's just I really don't want to lose against them either. I want to win the final game. I want to take it all the way. I want the pressure to be fully on City and a miracle to happen. That's exactly what I want. So, Mickey, Connor, at the same time, can miracles happen? Yes or no?
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
Never give in.
Never give in, never give up. Right, love it. Thank you so much to Mickey and Connor. I hope you joined the live chat, and obviously you lot in the live chat, if you've got any questions for the two lads, then hopefully they're there and they can answer it for you. It's been an absolute pleasure having you both on the show tonight. It's been brilliant getting you back, and thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome. Thank you. Right, there we go. Just shut that down for a minute. Right, before we start taking the live call-ins, guys, I want to read some of the comments out here. I want to say hello to LFC, Tim, Josh Gavin, obviously Leon Roberts is in, Michael Cole. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, everyone. I hope you've all had a fantastic day. I've seen a lot of score predictions in here. Obviously, everyone is so confident that Liverpool are going to get the result on Sunday, which is great to see. Now I'm going to throw a question at you. What do you think is going to be the result of the Man City game on Sunday as well? Obviously, the kickoff for both games is at 3 o'clock. The Liverpool game is being shown on Sky Sports Premier League, I think, as far as I'm right, from my little research that I did. So, yeah, definitely. I know a lot of you are going to be watching that, but I also know a lot of you are going to be checking on the City game as well. So let me know your score predictions for that one. As we just said, miracles can happen. Leon Roberts says Glenn Murray. Let's hope. Or their captain. You know, Brighton's captain Bruno, he's retiring. It's his last game for them. So maybe a big goal from him as well. Mickey says City 1, Brighton 1. Chris says Brighton 0, Man City 3. Oh, Chris. See, Chris he's adamant that City are just going to breeze it, obviously, which is on paper, that's what a lot of people think. Michael says City game 0-0. John Hamilton says if we score early and assuming Brighton turn up defensively, I think City might just bottle it. I hope so, John. I hope so. That's my views. I know for a fact that Pep Guardiola is not going to want them hearing anything about our game at half-time. There's going to be a ban on social media and everything when it comes to halftime. Not that the players, in my opinion, should be able to go on their social media platforms at halftime. I think you should be fully in game mode. I don't know that they do, but if they did, it would just seem a bit weird, wouldn't it? You know, you play 45 minutes, you're in game mode, and then you come back in, you check on your Twitter or something. It's not right, is it? But I know they're going to be desperate to find out what the other game is going on, and I don't think either team's going to want to let their squad know. Thomas Billings says City will kick a lucky 1-0. It's kind of been what's going on, isn't it, Thomas? They keep getting that lucky 1-0. I mean, Vincent Kompany scoring the way he did. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's not going to happen again. That's his one lucky goal. They've got their lucky goal now. No more on Sunday. Thank you very much. Connor says, get to be back and Glenn Murray hat-trick. I would take a Glenn Murray hat-trick. That sounds very good to me. Ibrahim says, shut up. Thank you very much, Ibrahim. Same to you. LFC Aaron says, hi dads and chat. Hi mate, good to see you tonight. I hope you're well. Leon says, no, if Glenn scores and wins, I'm up something around. I get it, mate. I really should read the comments before I read them out. That's my problem. We're going to win the Champions League, Ibrahim says. Yeah, 100%. 100% we are. Anthony says 2-1 to Brighton. Anthony, I would love that. Royston says 3-1 Liverpool win City, 1-1, fingers crossed. Fingers and toes crossed, as I like to say, everyone. Fingers and toes crossed. That it can happen. It can happen. Right. If you guys you've got your Skypes ready, then I'm going to put the Skype badge and the name. If you have got a Skype account and you'd be interested to let everyone hear your views on this channel, then all you've got to do is add On The Bench LFC on Skype, all that in little, one word, and phone into the show. Call-ins is a really big part of this show. It's about getting your views heard, as is the live chat and me reading the comments out. But we've got a first call in here. Give me 2 seconds and I'll answer it. Hello, Angry Scouser. How are you, my friend?
Hello, Daz. How are you?
I'm very well, mate. Even better now for hearing your voice.
It's good to hear from you, buddy. I've been dying to hear the stream for so long.
It's been too long now, hasn't it, mate? Come on, your views on Sunday's game. Let's have it.
I think we could do with a 2-0. I think Sadio Mane, I really think he could do with 2 goals because we're really going to need him.
Yeah, I totally take that. Are you concerned at all? Because I noticed the boys were saying that, especially Mickey said that there's no pressure on Liverpool on Sunday. The pressure's fully on Man City. Do you agree with that one yourself, or do you think that Liverpool have got pressure?
I feel like Liverpool have got pressure to keep a good consistency before the final, but as far as I think Man City's pressure more comes from they're expected to win the league. So if they don't win the league and we do, it's more of a statement about Man City.
Yeah, 100%. And it's something that we're seeing everywhere, that a lot of Liverpool fans saying, even if we don't win it, I think I saw a comment in the live chat earlier saying, I've kind of got myself into this thought pattern now, this belief that, you know, we're probably not going to win the Premier League, but we still got the Champions League. And is that where you've kind of set your head that we're not expecting to win the Premier League, but if it happens now, wicked, you know?
The one thing that I really want is consistency. Like, silverware's nothing if you're not doing it year in, year out. Like, you can win one trophy and then go dry for how many years, you know what I mean? Like, you need the consistency, like, showing that we can go for 2 consecutive Champions League finals and still push for the league against Man City in an unprecedented title race. Then it just goes to show how far we've come from Martin Skrtel at the back and Joe Allen in midfield.
Yeah.
And Ricky Lambert up front.
Oh, mate. At least Ricky Lambert was a Liverpool supporter.
Exactly. But at the same time, it goes to show how far we've come. Like, you know, it really does.
Massive strides, mate. Mickey says to say hi to you, Angry. It's really good to have you back on the channel, mate.
It is.
Michael Cole says we're going to smash Wolves and step on Spurs in the final. Obviously, we got the final in 2 weeks' time. The boys are going on a warm weather training session for 10 days after the Wolves game. What's your views on that, mate? Are you worried that the boys might have their one eye on the final? Is that crossed your mind at all?
Yeah, of course, because to them, I think that's more of to me, it's more of a safe bet. Like, I'll put us going up against like the chances of Man City losing against Brighton are slimmer than us beating Tottenham in the final. If you see what I mean? Like, I'd put more money on us beating Tottenham in the final than I would Man City losing on the last day of the season. So I wouldn't blame them if they had one eye on the title. I mean, but I'm reading like stuff here for Man City. And it's hold on, let me bring it back up. Football, Premier League. Where are the Man City? I think De Bruyne's doubt for Sunday, which is good for us, I guess.
Yeah.
Fernandinho's a doubt. Also,
go on, mate.
Vertonghen is also out. He looks like he might be out for the Champions League final as well.
Yeah. So some things, the stars may be aligning for Liverpool, my friend. Eh? How many times? How many times have we seen that happen in our past? There's something that I didn't ask the lads while I was on. I've kept a couple of questions just for the call-ins as well. Brewster obviously has returned from injury, and I see online a couple of people saying about him starting, but I think Origi has got to start this game.
No, Origi deserves it.
Yeah, do you see any minutes for Brewster, say if we're winning 2-0 or 3-0?
Yeah, I could see bring him on if we're winning 2-3 but I think it's too much of an important game to just throw a youngster on in that, because it still is an important game, even though it's a slim chance Man City will lose. It's still an important game. Yeah. I think what you're best doing is going to as the early pre-season and giving him a full pre-season. If that's what you're going to do and you're going to try and integrate him into the team, you need to give him a full pre-season.
100%. I fully agree with it. And obviously, a bit of a similar sort of question as what I asked earlier on the stream. But Gomez, he's been back, but he's not really been getting the minutes. Would you try and squeeze some minutes in for him as well in this game? Because obviously, Champions League final coming up, you kind of want your players to be as fit as possible. So Klopp's got a full selection there.
Yeah, thinking about it, like you saying, with one eye on the Champions League, I'd say put Gomez in there, because the last thing you want is Gomez coming back from injury. You don't want him really running about in the Champions League final. It's a bit of a touchy subject. So yeah. I'd say play him for the next match, and then I think Matip's deserved the spot in the final. I like the show he put on against Barcelona. I can't really see not. You know what I mean?
He literally pocketed Lionel Messi, didn't he? I think Messi was trying to avoid Virgil, trying to attack Matip, and Matip was like, not today, Mr. Messi.
Exactly. Well, I feel bad knowing that Origi's probably not going to play for the final.
What was that? Sorry, say that again. Like you there?
Yeah, I'm here, mate.
Yeah, sorry.
I feel bad that I feel like Origi's not going to play, because I feel like after that, I feel like everyone in that team deserves to play again. But when you've got Salah fit and Firmino fit, you're going to have to leave Shaqiri and Origi out the team.
Yeah.
Like, I can even see us playing Wijnaldum at the starting 11.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I can't see him choosing Origi or Shaqiri over Salah or Firmino if they're fit.
It's difficult, isn't it? Because when the lads play as well as what they did against Barcelona, that's kind of why I've put Origi and Shaq into my starting 11 against Wolves, because I think give them their just deserves and say, right, last game of the season, it's still a big game. We need to win it. Go out there and do what you did against Barca again, and let's get that one over the line. And then that way, maybe if they don't start against Tottenham, even though they would prefer to do that one, surely, because it's a Champions League final, but maybe it's not as harsh on them, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you're probably wise giving them the game time to keep them happy. I still 100% believe we should give Origi a new contract. Yeah. I feel like we should keep him. Like he brings a different element to the game.
You still there, Angry? Oh, I think Angry's just gone. There we go. I think it's just a bit of an internet connection thing there. I noticed that he was a bit patchy. I hope that you guys could hear him for the majority of what he was saying, and he might call back in a minute. Anthony was saying bring Bobby on like we did against PSG. Yeah, fully get that, Anthony. That's a tactic that's well worth mentioning there for you guys. Stephen says hope Brighton don't sit back all game, stuck in their own half. They have to create chances. Yes, I would like to see him, be strong defensively, and if that means they've got to sit back a little bit, then yeah. But I fully get it. I want them to also have their own chance, as you say. Try and get at City, because I think if you just sit too deep against them, they are too good attacking wise, and they will find a way of getting that lucky goal, won't they? So I like what you're saying there, Stephen. Chris says, imagine the scenes full time. Brighton 1-1 Man City, and Brewster scores winner. Final kick of the game wins us the title. Oh my God. I'm just trying to imagine. It would be absolutely fantastic. The only thing, I said this, I keep seeing people's they keep saying like what you've just put, imagine if this happens, the scenes if this happens. And I just think it's like everyone keeps saying about Liverpool score a last minute winner or whatever, and I'm like, no, I want Liverpool to have scored 5 goals and Wolves to be on nil. I want us to absolutely cruise the game. I want the fans to be able to celebrate, cheer it, be stress free, and for City to have the tough one, but I fully get it. It would be scenes. As long as we win either way, it wouldn't matter, would it? But God, I don't know whether I could take it right to the end for us. Connor says Divock 100% deserves contract. Yeah, massive thumbs up if you think Divock deserves a contract extension at Liverpool Football Club. I think he does. Scoring big goals for us, why not? Joshua says we could hear him fine. Thank you for letting me know, Joshua. That's fantastic to hear. The lines are open, so if anyone else wants to call in the show, then please feel free to do so. Mick says, with all that's happened in the Champions League, kind of forgot about the Premier League. Yeah, I don't think you're the only one, Migs. I really don't. I think a lot of people have kind of been the same with that one. You get caught up in the Champions League. The Premier League's been ticking along, hasn't it? And City and Liverpool keep overtaking each other. And because it was always like it's City's to lose, then obviously we had that bad result against Barcelona, and it was like, oh no, now we could have messed it up. And then a fantastic result. It's like, wow, you just think we're going to a Champions League final, and you do kind of let the faults of the Premier League slip a little bit, because you're thinking, but we're in the Champions League final, we got a chance to win the Champions League final, and that's in our hands, whereas the Premier League is still in City's, isn't it? So yeah, fully agree. And Milton's got a thumbs up there. Arnell's got a thumbs up as well. Thank you so much. Gary says Trent to score a sublime goal. Gary, I would love that. Homeborn lad scores an absolute stunning goal. I think he deserves it. I'd like to see Robbo score a beautiful goal as well, because, he had a couple of digs, didn't he? And he's got a rocket of a left foot. Either our left and right backs, not only can they cross, but they can shoot, but he's just getting them in the right area to shoot without, losing too much ground, losing a counter-attack against the other team, isn't it, basically? Mickey says we always do it the hard way, so win it on the last day. That's something that's crossed my mind, actually, Mickey. If Liverpool was to win the Premier League, it's got to be a hard way, so this kind of makes sense that Liverpool do win it this way. So yeah, fully agree. John says the longer the City Brighton game goes without City being more than one goal ahead and us winning clear, the more they will get nervous and freak out. Yeah, I don't know why, but I just had that song come in my head, John. The old one, freak out. I don't know. That's not even a tune to it, but it did pop in my head anyway. But yeah, they need to freak out. We want them to freak out. We need to be in cruise control, and they need to freak out in their game. What else have I got today then? So I did point out earlier that Sterling said that he would much rather be on their side now that if they win, it's theirs. I think that's a bit of a silly remark, because he's going to regret that, because if they lose, it's their loss as well, isn't it? If that makes sense. So yeah, Suarez, this is really funny. I saw this, and some of you would have seen this as well. This is karma all over, right? And I think it's fantastic. Suarez has been ruled out for the last few games for Barcelona because he's had to have knee surgery, and he might even miss some games for his national team as well. How about that for some karma, eh? Trying to put Robbo out. Well, Robbo did end up out. Robbo's making sure he's fit for the Champions League final, and Luis Suarez misses the rest of the season. I don't normally like it when players get injured or whatever, but when a player purposely goes out their way to injure your player and takes him off in the Champions League final, and then his sub comes on and scores 2 goals to help win, and then you miss the end of the season, happy days. There was something else I saw today as well. Did you not see that Neymar's been banned for 3 games after hitting a fan after they lost in their cup final defeat against Rennes? Ridiculous. It was only on one of the last streams that I did that people were saying that they would take Neymar because of how good he is of a player. If we could sign people, we were getting names and stuff. And I saw the clip where he lashed out at a fan. Mate, if any Liverpool player ever tried to hit a Liverpool fan, it would not be acceptable. So a 3-match ban for hitting a fan. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. That's absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? But it just shows. I told you, it's one of them things that I think Neymar thinks he's better than what he is. He's a fantastic footballer, but I think he's too arrogant, to be honest. And something else that I saw today, guys, which is very interesting, but it does coincide with Liverpool a bit. But as part of the transfer fee that was agreed between Barcelona and Liverpool for Philippe Coutinho, if Barcelona actually sell Coutinho in the next transfer window, they could save themselves 17 million, because basically when Coutinho plays 100 matches for Barcelona, they will owe us another 17 million, because they had to pay us 106 million up front for him, and then there was a further 36 million in add-ons. I was reading this earlier on, and basically all the add-ons they've had to pay, apart from the amount which was Barcelona had to win the Champions League, and if they did that, they would have paid us another 4.4 million, I think it was. But Liverpool obviously kicked them out of Champions League. But what's 4.4 million? When we go on to win a Champions League, we don't care about that, do we? But he has only played 74 matches for them. So, they could get out paying us 17 million. I think that's disgraceful. I want my 17 million for him, please. I don't care if you're going to lose money on him. Let me know what you think of all that anyway in the comment section. I just saw it earlier and I thought I need to let you lot know about that. And while we're doing some updates as well, Jurgen Klopp is taking the boys on some warm weather training for anyone that wasn't in the live stream earlier. From the 20th of May to the 30th of May, obviously once the season ends, before the Champions League final, he loves a bit of warm weather training, doesn't he? But it's either going to be in Marbella or Mallorca. I saw it earlier, and that was from Paul Joyce. Obviously, I've got my notepad. I was taking all notes throughout the day, and they're all over the place, because today has been a mental day with updates surrounding Liverpool Football Club. Klopp should buy Mbappe. Why wouldn't he want to come, says Joshua. I fully agree with you, mate. I think any player out there would want to come to us, but you know my views on Mbappe. I would take him. Mick says, wouldn't want Neymar, nowhere near our club. Great player, but puts himself before the team. 100% Miggs, 100%. Fist bump to you, mate. I wouldn't ever want Neymar in our team. We was only talking about this on one of the other live streams. I said, the players that Liverpool have got now, they play for the team, they play for the fans, they wear the shirt with pride. You can see that now. You can see the players that Klopp's brought in. That's what it's about. That's who we're identifying. Neymar has got all the talent, but he's got no pride. There's going to be massive Neymar fans out there that will disagree with that. But to me, looking at it, he's not a Liverpool type player, in my personal opinion. I say I would love Mbappe, but I don't know whether Mbappe's a Liverpool type player or not. That's what Jurgen Klopp does, isn't it? He finds them types of players. Andy Robertson, he found him. Now he's a Liverpool player through and through. And when we signed him, I was like, who's Andy Robertson? But I'm sure Jurgen Klopp will be brilliant at finding us those Liverpool players over the next couple of years. And I've got also another update for anyone that don't know. There is a rumour that Liverpool are preparing a new 5-year contract extension for Jurgen Klopp, and I think it's to make him the most expensive paid manager, I think Mickey was saying earlier, which is incredible. He deserves it. If any manager in the world deserves to be the most paid, it's got to be Jurgen Klopp, hasn't it? So, yeah, massive congratulations, Jurgen, on getting a contract extension when that comes. I'm sure it will be coming. So, yeah, I'll keep you posted on that, definitely. The Kilwit says we have the pick of players from the very top pot now. Indeed, Kilwit. Do you know, I've just got it in my head that there's a few pots. This is how my brain works. When you said we've got to pick from the top pot, it's like you've got the top pot, the middle pot, and a small pot. And for a while, Liverpool was kind of picking from the medium pot, and everyone was like getting excited about a few of the medium pots. But now we're in the big pot, aren't we? We can push them medium and small pots to the side. Let Chelsea and Man United go for the small pots. Mickey says Klopp wants team players who would die for the club. 100%, Mickey, 100%. John says if I had to pick 3 players to bring in, I'd go with De Ligt, Werner and João Felix. Yeah, John. Yeah, quality players there. I definitely, speaking to, a few of you over the last few days, catching up with you all has been fantastic. And when people have said to me, who would I like to sign in the transfer window, De Ligt has been one of the first names that's come out of my mouth. I think he's a quality player. Jamie Carragher, I saw, he said, what was it he said? Jamie Carragher would love to see De Ligt sign for LFC. He has never seen such a good defender at age 19. He plays like he's at his peak already, and he goes on to say, imagine what he would be like at his peak, like 29 years old, basically. Absolutely fantastic player. And yeah, if we could sign a centre-back, or we're after a centre-back, then I think go all out for De Ligt, in my opinion. I've got a few of your opinions on that already. Timo Werner, loads of people are, adamant that there's something going on there. I don't know whether there is or not, but he would be a quality addition. He's got a lot in his locker that I think would add to Liverpool. There's a lot of good players out there, isn't there? Gurmit says, Daz, remember me again? Love your streams, a real favourite of mine. Thank you so much, Gurmit. Yeah, of course I remember you, mate. And I remember you coming in the other day as well, so thank you for joining us again tonight. I hope you're well, my friend. John says, he's built like a damn tank. Yes. Which says, how many trophies do you think he will lift at LFC? And apparently we are linked with Ndombele. Is that? What are your thoughts on him? I'm not too sure, mate, because obviously I don't know anything about it personally at the moment, to be fully honest with you, mate. You always know what I'm like on this channel, guys. If I don't know anything about anything, then I can't really give my views on it in that sense. But how many trophies do I think Klopp will win? Hopefully as many as possible is my views. I don't know how long he's going to be at us. I'm not worried about another club coming in and poaching Klopp from us, because I think Jurgen Klopp will stay at Liverpool. The one thing that I've pointed out to a couple of people recently is Klopp did say that he doesn't want to be managing forever. He said he wants to retire at some point and, relax and spend time with the family and stuff. So, yeah, I think is Liverpool his last destination? Hopefully. He can win anything that he wants to win at Liverpool now, in my opinion. Unless it was that he wanted to win something in another league. That's the only thing that would make him go anywhere else. But I don't think he wants to do that. I think he's very happy at Liverpool. I think he knows that the lads that he's got in now give it their all for him. He loves the fans. He loves the club. I can see him being here for a long time yet. So it's all really good to see. Unknown says, do you think Brighton will at least draw Man City? I'm trying to have hope, but I just can't see it, sadly. Yeah, I think we've all got to have hope. Like you say, you're trying to have the hope. I think we've all got to hope. Miracles do happen. Look at this week's worth of football. We've got to all think to ourselves, it will happen. Brighton will manage to get at least a point from City. The pressure's on them. It's theirs to lose. If we just think to ourselves, it's theirs to lose, there's nothing we can do about it. So don't stress about it. That's one thing that I'm doing. I'm not stressing about it. I'm just thinking to myself, how amazing would it be if Brighton managed to pull off a miracle? And the one thing that I'm looking at is it's Brighton's real chance to go down in history as well. Because if they stop City from winning the league and it gives it to Liverpool, amazing. I said it earlier, Brighton's captain Bruno, he's retiring after this season. How good, last game that he's going to be playing, he could literally go down in history as being part of the team that stopped City from winning the league and it went to Liverpool. I think that's incredible. They are going to be playing for their pride. They're going to be playing for history themselves. Go for it. Go for it, in my opinion. Mickey says, hit that like button, Reds. Yeah, please do. If you haven't and you've enjoyed the content so far, please hit the thumbs up. Obviously, the lines are open, so if you want to call into the show, please do. Get your views heard. That's what this channel is very much about. If you're new to the channel, I try and read out as many comments as possible. I want to take as many call-ins as we can in the live streams. Get your views heard. It's a Liverpool channel. It's about all of you. Neil says, Daz, do you think Fekir might still happen? Yeah. There's a possibility. Obviously, I followed it a lot and I did get really sick of talking about it, to be honest. And it didn't happen. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, At the moment, as it stands, there's nothing that says to me he's definitely coming in. But could I see Liverpool maybe poking their nose back in there? Why not? Jurgen Klopp identified him as a player that he wanted. He was wearing a Liverpool kit. He did the interviews. So whatever happened behind the scenes, whatever they put out, so be it. But in my opinion, Klopp wanted him as a player. So if now all of a sudden he's really cheap and he still wants Liverpool, then maybe Klopp might just go, do you know what, go and grab him. But as it stands at the moment, I think there's a lot of other players out there that Liverpool might be looking at. Ziyech is one of them, in my opinion. We're going to have a lot to talk about when it comes to the transfers because there's so many silly things going around. I like to dissect all the rubbish and make sure you guys are as knowledgeable as possible when it comes to transfers. So yeah, we've got plenty of time to do that. But Mohamed Salah says Ziyech or Fekir. Mo, good to see you in here, my friend. Ziyech or Fekir? Ziyech's a little bit more rawer than Fekir. I think Fekir's a little bit further on in his career for me. But both of them are very talented. I think they both would bring something to Liverpool that we would like. Stephen has just come up with Maddison there. Maddison is very good. Another quality player that's proven that he can play in the Premier League. So, yeah, I think the Ziyech, Fekir, Maddison, those types of players, I think it's the type of player that Liverpool need to look in a transfer window for me, but it's only my views. You know, I'd be very interested to see what Klopp does in the window. Gomit says, I really want to sign a world-class defender. Yeah, I know you're not the only one. So many people are calling for De Ligt. So obviously everyone wants to see a world-class defender come in because he is that, isn't he? Wiseman says, expecting City to lose. Miracles do happen, with a little monkey face like that. I love that. Yes, miracles do happen, as you say, wise men. So thank you for putting that, my friend. I believe in miracles. You all believe in miracles. Let's all make it happen. That's what I'm saying. We can't do anything but believe, can we, my friend? Mickey says, Fekir got us burnt. Let's see. Yes, we don't want to get burnt, do we? Joshua says, Ajax are likely to lose a majority of their players next transfer window. Yeah, a lot of people are going to be trying to poach from them, because they did fantastic this year, didn't they? And they're young. They've got a young squad as well. So they are going to be a fishing ground for a lot of top clubs. You know, not even top clubs, but a lot of clubs are going to be very interested in their players. But it's just how much they're going to want for the players, isn't it? And the fees that they're going to demand. Because, let's face it, Ajax are going to want substantial fees for their players so that they can kick on again next year and have another good season. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. It'd be good if they could keep hold of some of their players, as much as I want a couple of their players, but it would be good if they could keep hold of it, because I've enjoyed what they did this year. I think they've been fantastic. Milton says, we need an out-and-out striker, centre-back, creative midfielder, and another left-back. You'll never clone. You'll never clone to you as well, Milton. Thank you for your views. How many people in the live chat agreeing with Milton there? What's all of your views on that comment? Colin says, some journalists have made Liverpool into the new Manchester United, being linked with over 100 players. That's what you get when you're a top team. Exactly, Connor. You've got to take it, because we are a top team. Every player surely would want to come to Liverpool now. Liverpool, they know that financially we're stable. We're not splashing money ridiculously. We're making top money because getting to Champions League finals, it does happen. So, yeah, we should have the money to be able to play with as well, if Jurgen Klopp wants to do that. But I don't see us bringing in 5, 6, 7 players. It's just tweaking, adding to the squad depth. Maybe a couple of first team has come in, but then that improves your squad depth, doesn't it? Gomez says Insigne, another name that keeps cropping up. He's a talented player. I think people just comment on his age a bit and saying we don't need him because of his age. So very interesting to see people's views on him as well. Mohamed Salah says, to be honest, I would splash 85 million on Koulibaly. God, that's a name I haven't seen in a while. A lot of people, there was a time where a lot of people was going, go out and sign him, quality player. Let's face it, he did well up against Mo Salah, didn't he? He did very well. Gurmit says, me. Stephen says, how much did we get for qualifying for Champions League final? Oh, I haven't looked up the exact figures this year, and I can't remember off the top of my head. It will be in my notebook somewhere, because this notebook I was using when we did it last year, and I saw it's a lot of money. It is a lot of money. Mickey might be able to put that actually in the chat, because I think Mickey was talking about this when we was having a conversation last night. So yeah, if Mickey or Connor, they're two of the lads that update a lot of people, if they've got something in front of them that they know exactly, then please feel free to let the chat know. John says United are being linked with over 100 players because they need players. Their current ones don't cut it. Yeah, they're trying to base themselves on Liverpool though, aren't they? That's what I think. How is the stream, by the way, guys? Because it looks like it's refreshing on my thing, so I hope that it's still okay. I hope that you can hear me fine, the picture's fine. That's what I would like to see. Anyone that's newly come in, obviously my starting 11 is on the screen, my score prediction is on the screen, and my goal scorers is on the screen as well for Sunday. Liverpool are going to win that game, obviously, and City are going to lose or draw their game, of course. So yeah, that's what I think on it all. There's a few players in there that we was discussing when Connor and Mickey was on the phones earlier, just saying that, you know, I would have John Henson in there, I would have Robertson in there, but there's a few injury niggles that I'm a little bit concerned about. Henson's been training. Robertson didn't train today, so I don't want to risk Robbo. Henson's been training, so if he's fully fit, great, put him in there. But I want Henson for the final. I want Robertson for the final. Bobby's not available for Sunday, but he will be available for the final, hopefully. And Mo Salah should be available for Sunday. He didn't train with the lads today, trained in an individual session due to the concussion that he had, but he will be back with the team tomorrow training. Liverpool says, Daz, do you think our midfield is good enough? I think they're good enough, mate, obviously, because of how good we've done this year. But I definitely think that we could add to the midfield a creative midfielder, someone that can score as well. We need more goals from midfield, in my personal opinion. Is it a tactics thing? Is it something tactically that our midfielders don't get any opportunities enough to score? Because of how we play, our left and right back is very pivotal for how Liverpool play. They create a lot, obviously. And, you know, the front three, they're absolutely amazing. So does that take away from the midfield their chance of scoring a lot? Maybe. But yeah, I definitely think we could add to it. I'd like to see a creative midfielder come in and someone that's got an eye for a goal as well. The Kilted says, I'm in Texas and you sound fantastic. Why, thank you, Kilted. That's really good to know. Thank you for letting me know, everyone. Joshua also says, I can hear you fine, by the way. Thank you very much, everyone in the live chat. I really appreciate that. And I'm really glad that I sound fantastic, as Kilton says. Liverpool says, Daz, do you think our midfield is good enough? I saw that one. Hopefully I did answer your question fine there, my friend. Mona says, United are heavily linked with Swansea winger Daniel James. Yeah, I saw about this today. They are trying to do like what we did with Robertson, aren't they? They're very much talking about that. Look what Liverpool did with Robertson and stuff. Like, you don't always have to go for the big names and things, but it's going to be a while until Man United get back up there. I don't see them doing any better than what they've done. I think they made a big mistake giving Solskjaer the job, to be honest, in my opinion. Matthew says, last year we got 81.2 million and Madrid got 88.6 million euros. Thank you very much, Matthew. That's in euros. Yes, thank you very much. So it's a substantial amount of money that we get for actually getting to the Champions League final, as Matthew's just put there. So, you know, it's money to play with, and that's without the other revenue that Liverpool do get each year. How good we get, how good we do in the Premier League. Lots of stuff goes into how much revenue we get. So yeah, Liverpool are the big dogs now. We're up there with the big dogs financially again. So I wouldn't say that there's players out there that we can't afford. There was a time when it was like, we won't sign them because they'd be too expensive. I think when you talk about Mbappe's and 200 and whatever silly million it is, do I see Liverpool sanctioning that? I think if Klopp wanted him, I think they would try to make that happen. Is it, you know, is it realistic that Liverpool are going to sign a player for over 200 million? Maybe in a few years with how transfers are going, it's ridiculous prices. Who knows? You're signing centre-backs for nearly 100 million. So anything is possible. Michael says, we need a good young goalkeeper for backup. We have got some good young goalkeepers there, Michael, in a youth setup. But I do get what you mean, though. Because they've still got a way to go before they're anywhere near Alisson's level, isn't it? So, yeah, if you've got any names that you'd like to throw in there that you would like to see Liverpool sign, if obviously Mignolet leaves, and yeah. Gary says Alderweireld would be an excellent signing. Gary, I said it before, I would have took him. I think he's a quality defender. Mickey says, let's talk about Pepe. The Lille winger has been heavily linked to us. Young and Klopp type of player. Yeah, I had a few messages today about Pepe saying, would I take him? Yeah, I would, is my answer to that. So, anyone else, would you take Pepe at Liverpool? He seems like a good player to me. Steve says Memphis to pay too. There was a rumour, there's been a few rumours going about, and something I saw today is about Lea Quip saying that Memphis to pay wants to leave Lyon in the summer. He wants to move to a top European club, and I think the fee is believed to be around 30 million euros. So I did actually say to Mickey and Connor, it's something that I think we should keep an eye on. A lot of people won't like Memphis to pay for obvious reasons, the Man United connection. But you know, he's done well, hasn't he? And if he's going for fairly cheap, the one thing Mickey liked to point out though is don't forget who he plays for. It's Lyon. What happened over Fekir with Lyon? Yeah, they're not very good to deal with when it comes to transfers, and we know that, don't we, everyone? Mohamed Salah says, Daz, I think we should bring Karius back. He has been doing well in Turkey. Anyone else agree with Mohamed Salah there? Bring Karius back, or would you say no? Obviously, a lot of people still sore over things. There was a lot of torn views over Karius. If he comes back, he's not going to be number one goalkeeper at Liverpool. So is the pressure off him? Does that help? Does it help him? Or now that he's left Liverpool and he's doing well somewhere, should he maybe move on with his career and, you know, forget about that horrible patch in his life that he went through? Because he did go through a lot, didn't he? So, yeah. Moni says, Kelleher is a good goalkeeper. I would love him to replace Mignolet if he leaves. Monis, yeah, Kelleher is a fantastic goalkeeper. That's what I was saying. We've got some fantastic youth goalkeepers sitting there. Kevin says, hi, Daz. Hi, Kevin, mate. How are you tonight? Fist bump to you, my friend. Thank you for joining me. Hope you're well. Hope you've all had a fantastic day. Thank you to everyone that's joined tonight. Please leave a thumbs up on the live stream if you've enjoyed the content. Is there anything else that you guys in the live chat have missed if you've just come in or whatever, and obviously you ain't seen the updates? And obviously Mickey and Connor joined me at the beginning for this one, and we were talking about the Wolves game. That's the main topic for this stream. So if you want to put your score predictions in there for that, if you've only just joined, then please do. Joshua says Turkish League and E-Premier League are two different levels. 100%. You can't deny that, can you, Joshua? John says no, leave Karius where he is and sell Mignolet and promote our reserve keeper as Alisson backup. So John is on the same wavelength there as a few others that he's saying about Kelleher. Obviously, quality young keeper. What else have we got? Liverpool NYC. Good to see you, my friend. He says, hell no, don't want Karius anywhere near our club. Thank you for your comments on that, my friend. Milton says, now we are with the big boys. We must strengthen our bench because everyone would be out to get us. Yes. Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, Liverpool's definitely got a stronger bench this season, haven't we? I like to see that we got players that we can bring on to change the games, to get better. But yeah, I get what you mean. There's still definitely, you could add to it, couldn't you? More squad depth would be lovely to see. And I think we've got the transfer window coming up, so I do believe we will. Milton says, great show. Thank you so much, Milton. I really appreciate the feedback there. I hope you're all enjoying it. Milton, I hope you're having a fantastic evening, my friend. What are you guys drinking? It's the question of every stream, isn't it? At one point, I always say, what are you drinking tonight? You're drinking a beer, you got a cup of tea, coffee, cider. I know a lot of you are cider fans. I'm on my tea again. I'm drinking tea again. I'm always drinking tea on the streams. What we got? Joshua says, how about Nick Pope as backup goalkeeper? Do you know, that was a big question that a lot of people were saying before. A lot of people didn't want Nick Pope when we didn't have Alisson back then. And I said I would take Nick Pope. So I've got to say, yes, I would take that. Because I think Nick Pope's a quality goalkeeper, especially as a backup. So yeah, I wouldn't turn my nose up at that, my friend, to be honest. John says, K Nightingale, going to head off. Great to have you back on, Daz. Thank you so much, John. You take care. Hope you have a fantastic day tomorrow, my friend. And fingers and toes crossed for Sunday, eh? Wiz says, what will we do with Klein next season, you think? I think he's gone, mate. I think he's gone. There's no future at Liverpool now, is there, for him? It's a really good question for the stream, for the chat, actually. And obviously, if you're not watching it live, if you're watching it back, feel free to leave your answers below to anything that we've asked in this live stream. Please leave a thumbs up and let us know your views on Sunday. And yeah, Nathaniel Klein, is he the forgotten man that could come back and be back up to Trent, or do we stick with Gomez and have Gomez as Trent's backup? Or do you go into a transfer market and sign someone and have Gomez and say, no, Gomez is a centre-back. He should never play as a right-back again. He needs to grow into a centre-back fully. Matthew says, Genie and Depay are good friends. Could be a good thing for Depay playing with people he knows, and they could push each other to be the best. Matthew's making a valid point there, everyone. He is making a valid point that, you get them together. There's a few of them that could be really good friends at the club there if he comes in. And it helps. The bonding, it helps. It's something that we saw with Naby Keita. Naby Keita come in and they was joking about it, saying that he kind of kept himself to himself. He didn't have a lot of friends and it was a big joke, but it helps when you've got friends at a club that you're joining. Obviously, Keita's Mane's friend, but the more of you that know each other, the more national teammates that you're with, it always helps that process, doesn't it, of bedding in. So it's something to think about with that one as well. PSG letting Buffon go, backup goalkeeper. I saw that, Wise. He said that they need a number one goalkeeper because he's not happy, is he, at all? Joshua says, I 100% agree with Milton. Thank you for letting me know that as well, Joshua. LFC says, coffee. Thank you, LFC, Tim. Oh, coffee. See, I'm not a coffee drinker, me, but my missus loves a coffee. I say it's too strong for me. But, when they say about... I heard a fact once that tea's got more caffeine in it than coffee. So, yeah, I guess it depends what coffee and what tea you drink, maybe. So, who else is telling me what they're drinking? Monis, tea, me too, Dazza. Love it, Monis. Me and Monis, the tea buddies. Mickey's got take Nick Pope 100%. Glad you agree, Mickey. So, there's a few Nick Pope fans that would take him as a backup goalkeeper pre-Salah. Yo, Daz. Yo, Prez, mate. How are you tonight? Thank you for joining us. Mickey says, Klein gone. Yeah. Ta-ra, mate. I don't see anything for Klein going forwards. It's not that I don't like Klein. I actually like Kleiny, but Trent is just going to grow and grow and grow, isn't he? Hoover could be our backup right back. Anyone want to, join in with Mickey there on that comment? Prez says we need a backup left winger. Yeah, I'm kind of down that. A lot of people saying about the youngster, Sessegnon, and I said I like that idea because he's also backup left back then. Does that make sense? Something to think about, everyone. Connor says, do we stick with youth and bring people up, or do we go and sign people? Connor with a fantastic question. We've got some quality youth players, and you've got to look at Wilson, for instance. Wilson, I always want to say him like, I was going to say Tom Jones then, but not Tom Jones. Oh, what's his name? The actor that played on the Desert Island thing. Tom Hanks. Tom Jones. Always want to say Wilson like that. But yeah, we've got players like Wilson and stuff that, they're getting to the point in their career where if they don't have a future at Liverpool, they are going to push for a move out, and he is a quality player. So it's so much that we get to talk about, and we're going to do so many more streams on this channel where we're going to talk about all this. And obviously transfer window coming up, it's just around the corner. It's going to be fantastic to hear everyone's views on this. Joshua says not drinking anything at the moment. It's 9:40 a.m. here. First thing in the morning. Maybe a glass of water, Joshua. A glass of water in the morning is a good way to start your day. Fills you up, ready, gives you a lot of energy. I found anyway. Something I've recently found. Jamie says slightly late to stream, Daz, but did you see that Fernandinho is out and De Bruyne is a doubt for Sunday? Big player for them, could give us a chance. Jamie, thank you for joining us, my friend. I hope you're well. I hope you've had a good day. Mickey was saying about this. I think it was Mickey earlier. Sorry if it was Connor, but yeah, I had a couple of lads on to start the show off tonight, and yeah, it's massive news. It's massive news. Anything to help Brighton is good. It's a winner, isn't it? Winner, chicken dinner. Gary says H2O, does it? Oh, see, Gary's on the water. He knows. Gary knows. He's refueling. You're refueling for Sunday, aren't you? Because it's going to be big celebrations, isn't it? Oh, thank you for letting me know what you're drinking, everyone. It's absolutely fantastic. It's a question of the stream every time, isn't it? Anyone else want to call into the show? Don't forget the lines are open. You can call in. All you need is Skype, and then as you see above me, I think it's above my right, all you need is to add on the bench LFC, all in small, as you can see above. Then yeah, feel free to call in, get your views heard on the show, share to the world of Liverpool fans what you think. And obviously the main topic for today is Liverpool Wolves on Sunday, but if you want to talk about the Man City game, if you want to talk about anything we've discussed in this live stream, then feel free to ring up and do so. I'll start my day with Fanta, says Pre-Salah. So a bit of fizz to start your say, mate. Start your day. Maybe I need a bit of fizz. I don't really drink fizz much anymore. Got to watch the calories and stuff, I'm boring Dazza these days when it comes to food anyway. But yeah, fizzy drink to start your day. God, you got to be careful. You're going to have no teeth left. LFC Tim says agreed. Mohammed Salah says Harry Wilson has to step up 100% because Liverpool are becoming better every year, and Wilson has to be the likes of Ox, Keita for the starting position. Mohammed Salah makes a fantastic and crucial point there. Brilliant for putting that in there, mate. The Kilt says, you are a mess. Tom Jones, stuck on an island. Ha ha ha. Who knows? Tom Jones could have been stuck on an island at some point in his life, the Kilt. I wouldn't put it past him. Probably an island full of ladies as well, because he was a ladies' man, wasn't he? What an island that would be. Tom Jones and tons of ladies. Do you know what I mean? I guarantee that would have happened. And no, it's not fantasy before you got to Mark Harris says they was out against Leicester, didn't really matter. There you go. Marky's on it. Doesn't matter who they're missing. On paper, City are better than Brighton, but Brighton have passion. Their captain is his last game. 7 years nearly he's been captain for them, and it's his last game. He's retiring after this game. He's going to want to win it. they're gonna want to win this for pride. They're gonna want to go down in history as well as a team that stopped City from winning the league and helped Liverpool win the Premier League. So come on. And as I said earlier, for anyone that wasn't in the stream, their midfielder, Pascal Gross, I think that's how you pronounce his name, said Klopp deserves a title because LFC have played at the highest level. We will try everything to take a point against City. So, you know, they want to do it for us, but it's like every team wanted to do it for us, isn't it? But all we got to do is believe, have faith. Give Brewster a chance, says LFC Tim. Thank you so much for putting that in there. Give him a couple of minutes. Would be nice. Or are you saying that you would start him, LFC Tim? Obviously, let us know your views there, my friend. Gurmit says, I'm a tea guy, Dazza. Yes, Gurmit. Cheers to that. Cheers to that. Cheers to all of you. Thank you for joining us tonight. Mickey says, lots of Reds from USA on here. You all going to any of the pre-season games? Yeah, how many of you Reds are going to the pre-season games? I think it's absolutely fantastic that Liverpool do that. I know for a fact that the Kilted, he gets in on the action. He goes there. He won one of the giveaways, one of the Liverpool top giveaways, didn't you, Kilted? And he sent me a lovely picture of him wearing my Liverpool top that I sent him when he went to a pre-season game. And yeah, absolutely fantastic to see that Reds from across the pond from me get to actually, you know, meet the players, go to the game, see them in person. Because it's not always easy, is it? It's not even easy for us in England sometimes. Like, people say, oh, you're in England, you must get to watch Liverpool all the time. It doesn't happen when you've got a family, when you're working all the time and stuff, and, you know, prices and just trying to get tickets. It's not easy, is it, always to watch them, but it's great that Liverpool do, you know, travel around the world and you all get chances to meet them. Gary says, I have no idea what will happen in the City Brighton game. Curtis Jones to break through along with Rian's Wonder Boy Rooster. Gary, I love it. Gary, H2O, what else have you got in that, my friend? I think he spiked it with a bit of vodka, ladies and gentlemen. I think Gary, he knows. He's dreaming already. LFC Tim says, I'd give him some mins if we're winning, to be fair, but I wouldn't start him. Yeah, fully get that. I think I asked a question to Connor at the beginning of the stream, and Connor said that, yeah, you know, if we're winning, if we're in cruise control, then maybe give him some minutes at the end. It'd be nice to see him play. I said it'd be nice to see Ox get some minutes if we're in cruise control as well. Mickey says, I'm going to all UK pre-season games. Are you, Mickey? Absolutely fantastic, mate. That'd be brilliant. You'll have to send us some clips in, some videos in or whatever, and we'll put it on a channel, Mickey. That'd be great. Pritesh says, anytime after 5 p.m, it has to be alcoholic. So there's a strict rule for Pritesh. 5 p.m. comes and he's like, oh, I've got half a tea sitting there. I'm not going to continue that. I'm going to put that to a side. Out comes the beer or cider or whatever your favourite drink of choice is. I wish I was the same, but it's like, oh, 5 o'clock's here. I want to put my feet up. I want to have a nice cup of tea, have a brew, you know, sit with my missus, sit with my son for a bit. And now it's read him stories, you know. He absolutely loves bedtime stories, which I really like, so it's lovely. Gary says, cheers Dazza and everyone in the stream. Oh, before I forget, subscribe and like as soon as possible. Thank you so much, Gary. Yeah, obviously if you're enjoying the content and you're new here and you're yet to subscribe, then please do so. You know, if you like shows where all the Liverpool fans get together and talk, we do live call-ins. We're going to have loads of watch-alongs still to come on this channel. We used to do watch-alongs all the time, but obviously I had a little bit of a break for personal reasons, but we're back booming. Connor and Mickey made their comeback tonight. So that was great to get them on. The call-ins will be booming again soon. Once everyone knows that it's back on and stuff, it'll be brilliant. And yeah, you know, it'd be great to hear your views. So definitely subscribe so you don't miss on the live streams. Get your say in the live chat. If you're not someone that likes to comment and you just like to, you know, watch it and listen and stuff, then that's good with me as well. The Kilted says, it's going to be hard to see a game this year. I'm a national truck driver now and my off time is already taken up until the end of September. Oh no, Kilted. Congratulations, by the way. Congratulations on getting that. I saw that. So yeah, congratulations to you. That's fantastic. But it's a shame though, isn't it? It's a shame that you're going to struggle. Joshua says, when you said reading stories, I thought you meant Liverpool news. I enjoy reading Liverpool news as well, but I think my son's a bit too young to understand me saying to him, Mo Salah's going to be available for this game on Sunday, but Bobby's going to be out, you know. He's coming up free this year, so he'd be like, oh, Mo Salah. He does it all the time. He goes to me nearly every day, goes, Dad, Liverpool on today? And I'm like, not today, mate. But he absolutely loves it when Liverpool's on, so it's great. Mickey says, this channel is great. Please like and subscribe. Thank you so much, Mickey. Mickey says, love how big Liverpool are in the USA. Yeah, it's massive, mate. All around the world. That's the best thing about this team. We're massive all around the world. The fans are the best fans in the world. And I've seen other teams try and say that theirs are because they support that team, but hands down, I've seen proof of it time and time again that we've got the best fans in the world. It's not just because I'm a Liverpool supporter. I know people that support Arsenal, Chelsea, Spurs, and they've been honest when we've had honest conversations. Said, to be honest, your support is fantastic. Like after the Barcelona game, they went, it's immense. The atmosphere was immense. So you can't beat it. The Kilted says, peel it off if we win the Premier League on Sunday. I've never taken that shirt off, Dad. Yeah, you have to keep wearing it, mate. It's good luck. It's our good luck charm, isn't it, Kilted? Because you wore that this year. And we've done very well. What else have we got? Banter says, hey, I asked this the other day, just wanted your opinion on Timo Werner. Who do you think we have a chance of signing him over Bayern? Hey Banter, mate, thank you for joining us. I think we've definitely got a chance of signing him over Bayern if it's both us clubs that are going in for him. Premier League or the league that he's playing in. Of course, Bayern's an attractive club to him as well. Doesn't have to change league, country if he goes to them. But there's more money in this league. I don't think there's more publicity. I don't think I can go down that route, but he gets to play in the Premier League. Look at it this season. 4 Premier League teams in the Europe's finals. So, yeah, it's the biggest league in the world, isn't it? And getting to play for Liverpool, that's just made 2 Champions League finals. We're pushing for the league. What's not to like? So, yeah, and I would take him, mate. Like I said, I know a few of you asked me about him the other day. Yeah, definitely would take him. Kevin Smith, good to see you, mate. He says, we have fans globally around the world. 100% Kevin. Fantastic fans, mate. Absolutely fantastic. Mickey says, got 2 TVs to watch both games at the same time. I'm literally going to have it on my phone next to me, not watching the game, but I'm going to have the updates going. I don't know that I'd be able to watch it at the same time. I need to fully watch Liverpool, and it's just going to be mental. I'm hoping, I'm pushing to try and see if I can get a watch along for Sunday for the Wolves game. If I can do it, then brilliant. If I can't get back in time, then obviously I can't odds that, but because I've got some things I've got to do on Sunday before the game. But I'm trying to get back, and if I can, then I'll try and get it all set up and get on a watch along, and hopefully we can enjoy the last game of the season together. And yeah, that'd be brilliant to do. Connor says, we are back, we love all of you that interact with the channel. Without you, we wouldn't be here. Exactly, Connor, 100%. We wouldn't be here without everyone else that's in here. It's a Liverpool family. This channel is everyone's. LFC team says, everyone wants to join Liverpool. Great times. It's the best times. This has got to be my favourite time supporting Liverpool since I've been alive. And I'm 31 this year. You know, Istanbul's fantastic. We've had fantastic runs in the leagues over the years. Watching some of the greatest players that I absolutely love. You know, watching Steven Gerrard play week in, week out was a great memory for me. But watching this football team play and knowing how far we can go as well with them and under this manager, it's my favourite time since I've been alive supporting Liverpool, to be honest. The Kilted Biker Royal Star, yes, we are overtaking Man U in the USA. We should overtake everyone in the world, shouldn't we? Gary says, 3 times lucky, Klopp must win something. Yes. Banter says, yeah, that's true. Like, also happy you're back, my guy. Thank you so much, Banter. It's good to be back. It's good to see all of you friendly faces talking to you about Liverpool again. There's nothing better than that. Nothing beats that to me. Joshua says, hopefully everyone here has given this video a like. Daz is a legend, Liverpool supporter. Thank you so much, Joshua. Michael says, the Premier League is where players want to prove them, because it's the biggest league in the world. Michael, spot on. It's the place that, when you talk about the greatest players in the world, people talk about Messi, right? And there's that argument in there, who's better, Messi or Ronaldo? And they say Ronaldo's gone to different leagues. Messi hasn't. So it is that players, they do want to go to the Premier League because they want to prove themselves in the Premier League as well. So if you're a top player that wants to be on the top stage, you go to the Premier League. And you want to play for a team that is up there challenging for everything if you're a top player. And Liverpool are that team now. We are. And the support, what's not to love about sport all around the world? It takes these players that are top players to the next step. And under Jurgen Klopp, he improves all players, all of them. So absolutely fantastic. Mickey says, make a Skype call, Reds, ladies, boys, old men, you're all welcome to call in. Anyone, Mickey, anyone that wants to call into the show, the lines are open. All you got to do is use Skype, call into the show and have your say. Gary Richards with a thumbs up and the hands. Thank you so much, Gary. You're a legend. Love having Gary in the live stream. Colin says, please leave a like on the video. Thank you, everyone. Mickey, 4 teams in both Europe finals says a lot. It speaks for itself, really, doesn't it, Mickey? Kevin says, hi, Daz. It's great to see you back on your channel. I'm going with a 3-0 full time on Sunday. Thank you so much for letting us know your score prediction, Kevin. I went with a 2-0, as you can see on the screen, mate. So we're pretty similar in that. Who's your goal scorers, Kevin? Let us know your goal scorers for the game as well. I went with Origi and Salah. That was my 2. I mean, it could be anyone. It could be Virgil that steps up and heads it. It could be Matip. Brewster could come on for a few minutes at the end and score, but if we're only 1-0 up, I don't really see Brewster coming on. You know what I'm saying? Monis says Neymar wants to come to the Premier League. Neymar would come and play 2 games, and with the way he plays, he'd be out for half a season because the Premier League teams wouldn't take his skills. They'd just buckle him, wouldn't they? To me, I think so. Wiz says, no, that I really think about it. You really look like Messi. Oh, now that you really think about it, I really look like Messi. A lot of people say. There's so many people that apparently I look like. I think from different angles I look like different people. It's funny, it's cool. Even when I first come back, my first live stream, there was a person that come on it that's obviously never seen the channel before, obviously never seen a video, and was like, this guy really looks like Shia LaBeouf. And how you guys that have been around on the channel for ages, for years, you know how many times people have said that, and it still to this day makes me laugh. You know, Adam Lallana, Shia LaBeouf, Lionel Messi, Fekir, especially when we were trying to sign Fekir and I had the beard, everyone was like, oh my god, it's Fekir. I did that funny video on Twitter where I was like, all Liverpool supporters over this Fekir stuff, and I just kept refreshing my phone. I did a video about it. Everyone was like, oh my god, I thought that was Fekir then. So that was funny. But yeah, it's weird, isn't it? I guess people see people differently, and a lot of you see me and say you look like this person or whatever, so it's cool though. I don't mind it. Joshua says, much rather Harry Wilson back than Neymar. Me too, Joshua. Fist bump for that, mate. I'd take Harry Wilson. Obviously Neymar, like I said, he's not a Liverpool player, is he? He's not a Liverpool type player. Harry Wilson is a Liverpool type player. That's what I'm saying. Michael Cole says, Klopp has made players play on a different level. Look at Hendo. I've had to eat my words. Michael, you're not the only one, mate. Honestly, I held my hands up before. I said Jordan Henson never really proved to me that he could play at the highest level to play for Liverpool. And what he's been doing recently, I take my hats off to him. He's fantastic. One of the best players on the pitch. Yeah, I love how he's playing. I think he's been a fantastic captain this season, and I hope that it continues. Honestly, I do. That's why I ain't put him in my starting 11 for Wolves game. It's not that I don't want him there. It's just because I'm worried, because I want him for the Champions League final. What a credit that is to him. You know, he's been awesome, guys. And you see what it means to him to play for Liverpool, and what it means to him to help us and to drive us forwards as our captain as well. Unreal. Guys, I'll let you into a secret. He is Messi. Shh. Oh no, don't say that, Mickey. They will hate me if I'm Lionel Messi. Mark Harris with a $9.99 donation. Oh my god, thank you so much, Mark. Thank you so much. Honestly, Mark, if there's anything you want to say, massive shout out to you. Honestly, you guys that give me donations and everything, it really means a lot. Massive shout out to you. I hope you've had a fantastic evening. Hope you're enjoying the show. Hope you have a fantastic day tomorrow. And yeah, wow, honestly, thank you so much, Mark. If there's anything you want me to read out with Martin, please do so. If you guys do a super chat, don't forget that you can leave a comment on the super chat as well, because obviously the super chat pops up and it definitely means that I see the comment or whatever. But Mark, honestly, top person, thank you so much. Yeah, I wanted to point something out as well, because I noticed it, because I always say to you guys, I watch my live streams back and I see when I'm watching the comments, the live chat, because I'm watching it actually on the screen, that there was a lot of times where some of you lot was commenting on it, but I actually didn't see it when I'm live, and I don't see it on the live chat. Your names just don't come up for whatever reason. YouTube just glitches out like that. So if you think that I'm missing out your comments on purpose. I'm not. I always try to read every comment. I want to get all your views out there. I love all of you. Exactly the same. So if you are noticing that that's not happening, drop me a message on something else. I'll see it afterwards because I'll watch it all back anyway. So a massive shout out to all of you. If that happens, I'm so sorry. I never mean it. All right. I want to read every comment. Mones says hashtag Mark Harris with a smiley face with the love hearts. I don't know what that's called actually. Kevin says that and fingers crossed and pray for Sunday. 100% Kevin. Mick says Hendo's been great these past few weeks. He has, mate. He really has. Mickey says Mark, call in. Yeah, Mark, if you want to call into a show, mate, please do so. Anything you want. If you want me to shout out someone, if you want me to do a shout out to someone in your family, whatever. I've done that before. I've done happy birthdays to people and stuff. You know, it's a bit weird because I'm just a Liverpool supporter like you. I'm just sitting in my kitchen, as you see. What else we got? Connor says fist bump to you, Connor. Michael Cole says Hendo has been a true Liverpool captain. Big respect. He is wearing that shirt with pride, and that's all we can ask, isn't it, as Liverpool supporters? I think it's absolutely fantastic the way he's been. Mickey says I've always defended Hendo, always now. You all see what I see. Yeah, and Gavin was another one as well. Gavin that used to come on here and he helps run the Facebook group. He was a big fan of Hendo's and always said people didn't see what he saw. I'll be honest, I didn't see it all the time. I thought there was games where he didn't, but I also said I think that it didn't help him that he was playing in a holding role. He's definitely a lot better as a box-to-box. It's much better. I'm glad he had a little chat with Klopp and sat down and was like, Gaffer, please unleash me. Unleash the dragon. Unleash the lion. Joshua with a £5 donation. Thank you so much to you, Joshua. Oh my God, thank you to both of you for the donation. Joshua, big shout out to you. You're an absolute legend. He says, do you think Milner, Klopp and Origi all deserve contract extensions? 100% Joshua. 100% I do. James Milner, 33 years old. So normally you would look at it and go, does a 33-year-old get a contract extension? Most people you would say no. Yeah, James Milner, yes. Mickey said it earlier on in the stream. He said he thinks that he's got 7 years left of him. He thinks he could go till 40. But I still think Milner's got at least 2 or 3 years left that he could play at a high standard. I think he gives us something that no one else really has at Liverpool. If you get an injury to the left back, to the right back, he can play winger as well. He can play anywhere on the pitch. He's fantastic. So yes, James Milner, 100%. Klopp, obviously it's coming out. It's been coming out the last 2 days that Liverpool are looking to give him a 5-year contract extension. And Mickey said earlier, I think it's rumoured that he would be the highest paid manager as well. So absolutely top draw. I think it was coming anyway that Klopp deserves a contract extension. 100% I think he's going to accept it as well. And Divock Origi, does he deserve a contract extension? I think a lot of us under the same agreement. Divock Origi is scoring big goals. He's a man that's playing, even though he's not playing week in, week out, he looks like he's playing with confidence. He's pulled it out of the hat for us recently. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be in the Champions League final. So, yeah, tick, tick, tick to all of them, Joshua. Again, thank you so much to you. And thank you so much for the other donation as well. Absolutely, thank you so much, honestly. Mark says, I used to watch religiously every night when the Fakir ordeal was going on, just showing appreciation to you taking time out of your day. Thank you so much, Mark. Honestly, thank you. God, that Fakir stuff, it was mental, wasn't it? Honestly, I got so tired of saying the same stuff over and over, but it happens. But yeah, honestly, my thing is, I really enjoy doing this. When I didn't do it for a while because of my health and that, I missed it. I missed all of you. I remember you, Mark. I remember all of you. There's only a few names that I think some of you have changed your names on YouTube, and then you've messaged me on other stuff. It's like, by the way, I've changed my name. But yeah, and obviously we got new subscribers as well. So welcome to all of you new subscribers. But yeah, I missed all of you so much. Honestly, Liverpool is such a big part of my life, and you're all the same sort of people as me, aren't you? Because of Liverpool. Michael says, I want him out, but I'm glad we didn't. Oh, you wanted him out, but you're glad we didn't. Yeah, Michael, 100%. Gary says, Dalglish saw something in Hendo. Yes, 100%. Can you imagine that there was a time that Hendo might not have been a Liverpool player? And Alex Ferguson didn't want him because of how he run. It's a little bit weird, isn't it, his running style? Banter says, think Millie will probably go to Leeds. Banter, yeah, obviously Connor was saying about earlier, wasn't it? Saying that he did say that he wanted to finish his career at Leeds. So will he see out his last year at Liverpool and then go to Leeds? Maybe. It is possible. If he sees that he's only got a couple of years left, he might want to end it at Leeds in that way. Mickey says Milner will play till he's 40. Connor, if you haven't yet added us on social media, then please do at On The Bench LFC on Twitter and Facebook. Yeah, of course, guys. Up the top above the webcam. On Twitter, it's at On The Bench LFC, and on Facebook, there's a Facebook group that's On The Bench LFC, Liverpool FC fans. Connor, Mickey, and there's another one, Gavin, that used to be on all the time. Those lads help updates. There's always updates on that as well. If anything comes out to do with Liverpool and that, those lads are on it, updating it. We try to keep you guys updated as much as possible. My main focus is on YouTube, and moving forwards will be, if there's anything to do with transfers or whatever, I will try and let you know. I will try and be one of the first on YouTube to pump it out and stuff and dissect all the rubbish. If there's updates to do with injuries and that, you'll bet that I will do my usual, tons of notes, and I'll be on with a live stream letting you guys know as well. Bahan says we need to push the Nicolas Pepe deal. He can be the playmaker we've been looking for. Bahan, thank you for saying that. You're not the first to say about Pepe. And I had comments before I went live tonight. I actually agree with people. I think he's a very, very talented player that I would take at Liverpool. So, yeah, it's good to see that someone else is talking about Pepe as well in here. It's more and more people are starting to latch on to Pepe now. Dylan, hello, mate. How are you? Thank you for joining me tonight. He says, yo, Daz, it's me from Twitter. We were talking about you scoring a screamer in the Champions League. Dylan, that was mental. Can you imagine that? In the Champions League final, just heard. I also watched religiously during the Fekir deal. So a couple of you remember the Fekir deal stuff. Crazy days, crazy deal. Crazy deals, crazy days. It was a crazy deal. It didn't quite happen yet. Yeah, what a conversation we was having on Twitter, my friend. That was fantastic, wasn't it? Good to see you in here tonight. I hope you're very well. Hope you're all well. Thank you for joining us. Please leave a thumbs up on the live stream and get involved in the live chat. Divot won us 6 points and helped reach the Champions League final, says LFC Tim. Spot on, mate. In fact, if that doesn't grant you a new contract at Liverpool, what does? You know, especially if, I said it on the other live stream, especially if he's got it in his head that he doesn't have to be a starter week in, week out, but he knows he can come on and perform at the level that he has done recently. Top draw. Every top team needs a player that is willing to not necessarily be a starter, but be part of that squad rotation, come in, play in important games, do his bit. Origi can be that player for us. 100% he can. Michael Cole says, Origi for new contract. Thank you so much, Michael. Yeah, well, Hendo runs good now. Indeed he does. I don't get what he was on about, his running style. You know, it's weird, isn't it? What they look at things completely different to what we do, obviously, because they have to. But to not sign someone because they run funny or run differently, I don't know. Maybe he was concerned about injuries or something. I'm not too sure. Hendo is captain of our most point scoring team in our history. Yeah, and can you imagine? You know, Hendo's captain us in 2 Champions League finals. He should hopefully lift the Champions League trophy this year, and he could win us a Premier League trophy. Something that Steven Gerrard was unable to achieve, which I think he should have. I was gutted that Steven Gerrard wasn't able to do that, and everyone's saying Henson's not as good as Gerrard. Look, I'm not going to compare Henson to Gerrard because you can't. Gerrard is my favourite player of all time, but if he manages to win that Premier League trophy, Gerrard's going to be like fair play. Daz, what's your opinion on the new kits, by the way? Tim, I love them. Especially the goalkeeper kit. I think that is smart as anything. I really like it. That's the one that I think when I'm saving, I've got to save up my pennies first, but when I save it up, I'm going to get the goalkeeper kit first, the black one. It looks, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So I've got to wear that one. The rumours over the other kits, the white kit. I like the white kit because I said it before. I like having a white kit for Liverpool. Something about the white kits I've always liked, but you know, it could be better, in my opinion. I know a lot of people aren't big fans of it. Is it legit? I'm not too sure at the moment. And there's a rumour that's come out today. There's a picture of a grey kit, which is very similar to the black one, and people are saying it's the third kit. I'm not too sure that it is. I think it looks like the goalkeeper kit, and someone's just tweaked, you know, the colour, the shade of the black goalkeeper kit, made it look grey, in my personal opinion. So if you've seen that today, you've got roped into thinking that it could be a legit one. If it is, it's another smart kit. I like the grey, but if it's just someone messing around with it, we haven't had confirmation yet, have we? So we'll have to wait and see on that one. But yeah, for me, mate, I think we've got some smart looking kits. I like the home kit. It's kits that we're gonna be the Giants, aren't we? Like Klopp says, we're gonna win big things in them kits, hopefully. Joshua says, time to drink H2O. You just reminded me I need a drink. Ooh. It's cold by now. My tea's always cold when I talk to you lot. But it's worth it. It's worth it. Kevin says Divock, Origi, Sadio Mane and Mo Salah, who scored the goals at the weekend in a 3-0 prediction, but that I've made. Yes, Kevin, I like it. 3-0. Kevin says 3-0. Mane, Mo and Divock to score. Thank you so much. So basically you're going with one more goal than me and you put Mane in it. Mane's going to want to score. Remember, they're going for the top scorers this year, aren't they? Gucci's in the building. Good to see you, my friend. How are you tonight? Hope you're well. Missed your channel, mate. Are you back for good? Hope so. I am indeed, Gucci. I'm back for good. I'm really enjoying being back. It's good to see all you lot. And yeah, hopefully the channel can kickstart, carry on from where it was off. I missed it. I missed it so much, my friend. But good to see you in here tonight. I hope you're well. Banter says, nah, that's what the hashtag was when he had his medical. Oh, what? Have I missed something here? I don't know whether I've missed something, my friend, sorry. Or maybe I said something a few minutes ago and I've lost track of what I said. What we got, Mickey says, the problem for Hendo was he was not Gerrard, but no one is. No one can be Gerrard, can they, Mickey? That's the problem. That's why a lot of people couldn't accept Hendo to begin with, because it was like, he's not good enough. Well, he's never going to be good enough as captain. I think no one could have been good enough as captain taken over from Gerrard. He was the best captain in the world to me. What he did for Liverpool was unreal. I just wish he could have won the Premier League for us. Joshua says, my grandma made the journey from here in New Zealand to Liverpool. Hope Brighton pull off a miracle for her sake. Oh, 100% Joshua, I back that. I second that motion. Royston says, I like the white kit. Thank you, Royston. Thank you for your opinions. Anyone else like the white kit, by the way? Question for the live chat, for anyone that's watching it back. Do you like the white kit? Because I see 70% of people that I've seen online are saying they hate it. So yeah, let me know if you like it. It'd be good to hear how many people like or dislike. So you can either give a thumbs up for the white kit or thumbs down, or just say I love it or hate it. It's up to you. Let's all just ask for a miracle now. Never give up. Never give up. Dylan says, Brewster, Connor. Who is everyone going to get on the back of their new Liverpool kits? So Dylan's getting Brewster. Good to see that Brewster's getting his name on some kits. That'd be nice. I like that, because a lot of people go for the big first teamers. So it's good to see when some of the youth players get their names on kits as well. Banter says probably Naby, Connor. Naby. Is Naby going to really carry on when he gets back next season? Is he going to carry on that momentum? Is he going to kickstart his Liverpool career massively? Be good. It'd be good if he could. Gary says, put your tea in a microwave for 10 minutes, Dazza. Oh, if I put it in for 10 minutes, Gary, it's going to blow up, isn't it? I know what you mean, though. My missus sometimes says to me, let me warm your tea up for you. It's been sitting there for ages. I'll whack it in the microwave for a bit. I'm like, don't worry about it. Cold tea. Who cares? I'll have a bit of cold tea. It's not the nicest, is it? It's not as nice as a warm one. Hannibal says, Super Daz. Super Hannibal, how are you? Fist pump to you, my friend. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're well. Please leave a thumbs up on the live stream if you've just joined and you're enjoying the content so far. It means a lot. It helps the channel. And it's really, I'm having a really good time talking to all of you tonight. Don't forget as well, the lines are open. If you want to call into a show, all you need is Skype. Call in. I will take another call in. We're going for 2 hours. But come on, if someone wants to call in, then get on the call and let people know your views. We have Mickey and Connor at the beginning of the stream. Angry called in as well, and then unluckily Angry, I think it was a connection thing, he didn't end up calling back, and I haven't actually seen him in the live chat. So yeah, hopefully Angry is alright. Okay. So yeah, Angry, if you're out there and you're watching this, please let us know that you're okay. Alright, that's the most important thing. Mono says, I love the Alisson one. Yeah, that would be lovely. Michael says, we've got a young squad who are going to be dangerous for a long time. 100% Michael, I agree with that one. The age of our squad is fantastic, and they've got many of years of playing together. Mickey says, as you know, Daz, I don't like the away kit. Yeah, I fully know, Mickey. Me and Mickey ended up staying online until stupid o'clock last night talking. Yeah, madness. You get talking about Liverpool and you can't stop, can you? You just can't stop talking about them. Kevin says, no, I don't like the white kit. There's a reason for it. It's... Oh, let me get back. The chat's just jumped. No, I don't like the white kit. There's a reason for it. It's got blue instead of red of the front of it. Yes, Kevin. Yeah, I know what you mean. I've actually seen other people discussing that as well, so you're not alone with that one. Joshua says, Tim, I mean the 2014-15 yellow kit. Stephen says, Daz, we are pretty stocked in midfield. Who would you say will make way for a creative midfielder? Maybe Adam Lallana. With his injury record now, I think if he could have got back to his best, he's a quality player. It's not down to his skill level, what he can bring to the table. It's literally just his availability, isn't it? So if there's a player that maybe makes way, it could be Lallana, Stephen. But do you agree with me on that one, Stephen? Let me know in the comments, mate. Royston with a thumbs up. Thank you so much, Royston, for letting me know. Big Virgil says, RO, you get Big Virgil on your top. Is that what you're saying? It'd be wicked if you actually get Big Virgil. I mean, I know it's a lot of letters, but that would actually look wicked, wouldn't it, on the back of the top? Big Virgil. LFC Tim says at Connor Niblet, Salah. So Tim's getting Salah on the back of his. A lot of people are going to get Salah, Mane, the goal scorers, isn't it? Joshua says Keita will show his best next season. Same with Ox. Joshua, I hope so, mate. That'd be fantastic to see. Ox is going to be like a new signing on his own. Gary says, does anyone know Brewster's squad? No. Oh, squad number? I was like, no. It's a good point, actually, Connor, if you're still on or whatever, or Mickey, if you want to quickly jump on something and let them know his squad number. Off the top of my head, I don't know. I'd have to go and look it up somewhere. It would only take you going on the Liverpool website, though, mate, and you can literally go on and find out the player squad numbers on there. Keita got to hit the ground running next season, says Mickey. Yeah, me and Mickey was talking about Keita last night, and Mickey was saying he wants to see more from Keita next year. Gary says, does anyone know Brewster's squad number? That was where I was there. See, the chat's starting to do its thing where it jumps on me, so I'm trying to keep up with all your comments. Am I the only one that likes the white kit, says Connor? No, Connor, I like it. I do. I think it could be better for a white kit, but I like having a white kit, if that makes sense. I've always liked Liverpool having a white kit. Dylan says, but Daz, imagine we win the league and we change the blue to gold. Oh, yes, I'm down with that, Dylan. I'm down with that. That would be absolutely amazing. Would you take, I'll just get back to that. LFC team says, would you take Adidas or New Balance? New Balance. I mean, I'm a fan of Adidas or Adidas. Obviously, different people say it differently where I live. But, you know, you can't argue with New Balance. I think New Balance have done all right. I've been quite happy with what I've seen with some of them. Some of their shirts, mate, to be honest. But let me know. That's a good question for the chat. I love the black kit, says RO. Yeah, me too. That's my favourite of all of them at the moment. That's the one, like I said, I'm going to save my pennies. I'm going to get the black one. It looks beautiful. It looks so smart. I love the Never Give Up t-shirt, says Mickey. Yeah, me too. I think it's absolutely brilliant. 24 Brewster says Press Salah. Thank you so much for putting that in there. Wiz has got 24 in there as well. Press says 27 is Divock. So thank you to you lot that have put in the live chat the numbers for the people that want the squad number. Mox, it's nice to see you back, Daz. Hope all is good now, bro. Thank you so much, Michael. It's really good to be back. Yeah, I'm on the mend, mate. Definitely the recovery. It took a lot longer than what I was hoping that it would, but yeah, you know, it is what it is. You just got to take day by day, haven't you, mate? And get back cracking with life. You got to kick on, and yeah, it's lovely to be back, my friend. Jamie says, what defensive reinforcements do you think we will bring in, if any? For me, I could see Lovren possibly leaving. I think we are well past his level now. Yeah, you know, if we sign De Ligt, I would like to see De Ligt come in. Then out of the other centre-backs, Nat Phillips is the young, well, actually, Gomez is younger than Nat Phillips, I think, but not by much. But I think Nat Phillips, is he happy to stay at Liverpool? And he's not going to really get a looking over Gomez, Matip, Lovren, and if you sign De Ligt. But does Lovren want to hang around if we do sign De Ligt? Because Matip's been outstanding. It's a difficult one, isn't it? But yeah, I'd definitely like to sign De Ligt, my friend. And then it could be Lovren that wants to make way, because, you know, Lovren could go to another team and do well. He's performed in some big games and he's been fantastic. He's one of the best centre-backs in the world, you know. He likes to tell people. Kevin Smith says, I'm thinking of getting a new Alisson goalkeeper kit. Kevin, it's not a bad shout, mate. Like I said, it's absolutely beautiful. RO says Nike for him. Stephen says, agreed, Daz. And to be honest, only Lallana is the weakness. I think his best days are gone. Be interesting to see how Klopp would set up the midfield if we bring one in. Yeah. that's going to be something that I'm very interested in, because if he's got more options, it's how do we set up next year? How do we play? We've played differently this year to what we did last year. We have more options. Do we play even more different next year? I mean, we've got to turn some of them draws into wins in the league, haven't we? So there will be tweaks. So it's going to be fantastic to watch Klopp and the boys and how they juggle it. Mark says, kind of upset that Naby got an injury. He was just coming. I know, Michael, I know. Just started to happen for him, didn't it? A couple of goals. It looked like the confidence was starting to grow inside him. It'd be lovely to see Naby, like we all was hoping was going to come in, hit the ground running. Took a bit of bedding in time. And yeah, then an injury. It was kind of similar to what happened with Ox, wasn't it? You know, it was all like Ox's flying and then injury. I really don't like Knight for some reason. Just think they're both... they're boring with design, says LFC Tim. There's a lot of people that love Nike. I mean, it's like Marmite. Nike's Marmite. Love it or hate it. Press Salah said something there. Well, sorry, mate, it's gone. I'd probably use the goalkeeper as an outfit kit. Yeah, Joshua Milner is a machine that never runs out of batteries. No way. As we said, it's got to be in the Ribena, isn't it? Banter says, think what did Barca over their team is just filled with the mercenaries and couldn't deal with Anfield Wrath. 100%. Mickey says Lovren will be gone in the summer as we could still get a good price for him. Yeah, we could probably get a decent price for Lovren, to be honest. And especially the prices that we want for players as well now. Dylan says, all right, Dad's got to go. I think I've just won a giveaway for a free jersey. Absolute top draw, Dylan. Fair play to you, mate. I'm made up for you. You go and get your jersey, buddy. Go and claim it. Hope you have a good day tomorrow, mate. And hopefully I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Thank you for joining us. Mark says, Salah be gutted if Lovren went low. Yeah, they're best buddies, aren't they, them two? Yeah, loses his best buddy, but I don't know. Does he go? I'm not too sure. It's one to find out, isn't it? One says Rabiot free this summer. He's a name that's going to be thrown in the pot. Who ends up getting Rabiot? That's the question. Gary says, got it, 24, the same as David Ngog. Remember him? I do remember him. Everyone was like, he's got such a big future. It never happened for him, did it? FC Tim says, keep Lovren to keep Salah happy. Yeah. Jake Yates is in the build. Good to see you again, Jake. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. He says, yes, Daz, long time. It has been, mate. I'm really happy to see you in here tonight, Jake. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope you've been well, mate. Dylan says, never mind, I didn't. Oh, Dylan. Oh, I'm absolutely gutted for you. That's no good, is it, everyone, eh? Dylan, mate, keep entering competitions. That's all I can say. Vicky says, on the kit deal, I'm not bothered who makes our kits as long as they pay top dollar to the Reds. It's very true. Give us the money so we can get the players. How good has Matip been? He deserves to start in the final. 100% Jake. Yeah, I think so. I think Matip and Virgil's our centre-back partners for me. Matip pocketed Messi. Messi was trying to avoid Virgil when he ran into a wall of Matip, didn't he? Connor, who would you like? Who would like a kit review, says Connor. There you go. Who would like a kit review? I haven't got a kit though, Connor, so I can't do it. So maybe you'll have to do it, Connor, if you've got a new kit. RO says that Rabiot is going to Juve. FC Tim, Rabiot's a Liverpool fan. He is, mate. He was a Liverpool fan when he was a kid, wasn't he? I remember all this. I remember talking about this. Mickey says, yes, Connor, great idea. Dylan says, I don't think Lovren will leave. I think he's happy being a rotation player with us, in my opinion. Yeah, if he's happy to do that, Dylan, then I would keep him for a rotation player. I really would. Like I said, he's had some big games for us and he was playing at a high level for a long time. It's just because we got so used to Virgil and Matip at the moment, isn't it? At one point it was like, no, Lovren has to start, Matip can't. Keeps chopping and changing between a couple of them. Gary says, Connor, Pritesh says, love New Balance, Nike and Adidas. Just churn Adidas. I hate saying Adidas. Churn out the same shirts for all clubs. The only difference is the budget. Yeah, pretty much. Kevin says, Rabiot he's a Liverpool supporter and I think we should get him. I would sign Rabiot because I think he's a quality player, quality addition, quality centre mid. He would bring a lot to us. I remember saying it on live streams. Mickey says if we did get De Ligt, Lovren will go. Yeah, in the live chat, any of you that are sitting there right now, if De Ligt signed, do you think Lovren would want to leave? Colin says we have to do one once we've got the kit. Yeah, it depends when we manage to get it, doesn't it? But yeah, if Connor, me or Mickey end up landing one of the kits anytime soon, then 100% we will get that done for you guys. Stephen says, isn't Rabiot rumoured to have a bad attitude? Not sure how true. Stephen, I remember seeing something that there was a bit of an attitude problem, but I didn't know whether it was one of them that he just wasn't happy. Do you know what I mean? Like, we've seen it before, where players have got an attitude problem, but they just don't like where they're playing, or they don't like their manager, or silly things, isn't it? So we'll have to wait and see what happens with him. Do I think that Rabiot's going to end up a Liverpool player? Probably not. I think there's other players out there that I think if we're only going to sign one midfielder in the window, I think there's more that I would prefer over him, but he would be a quality addition though. Mickey says, I've got the kit, I'll do a vid tomorrow. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, Mickey. Get that done. Send it to moi. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it and get it sent over, and we'll put it on the channel for you lot, so that you can see. Mickey's going to be modelling the LFC kit. That is going to be absolutely brilliant. Mickey, mate, I want a full catwalk from you. The full shebang. Oh, that is going to be top draw. RO, I would love to see De Ligt and Virgil van Dijk. RO, that is a partnership that dreams are made of, to be honest. I think their national team is very, very lucky. Mickey says we need to chat about Vino, Riola, worldwide ban as he's De Ligt's agent. I don't know too much about this, Mickey. So if you know more or whatever, then feel free. But me, I will not comment on something that I don't know too much about, because there's no point. I'll just be, talking gibberish. It's boring, isn't it? Mark says De Ligt and Gomez would be fighting to start next to Virgil. 100%, Mark. And it gives you the fresh rotation as well to keep it fresh all year, which we need, obviously, playing as many games as what Liverpool do. Kevin says De Ligt's agents want De Ligt to go to United. Well, if he wants him to go to United, then his agent is an absolute wally, isn't he? Mickey says breaking news. What's the breaking news? Mickey? Give us some breaking news. Joshua says, thanks for a great stream on the bench, LFC. I now will do Lovett's daily cryptic crossword online. You're very welcome, Joshua, mate. I hope you have enjoyed it, mate. And thank you so much for being with us tonight. I've really appreciated having your say on the live chat. LC Tim says, everyone in Netherlands want De Ligt to join Liverpool. Yeah, of course they do. De Ligt and Virgil playing together week in, week out. They're only going to become tanks, aren't they? They're already tanks. They'll be tanks anyway. But if they play week in, week out together, it just makes sense, doesn't it? De Ligt just needs to come to Liverpool. Stephen says Virgil van Dijk would have the pull to persuade De Ligt to sign, similar to when Bobby persuaded Alisson. I think so, Stephen. I think so, 100%. Which says, what other sports do you like? I like boxing. I like UFC. I don't know about anything. I don't really watch much, if that makes sense. My main thing is Liverpool, but I used to box a lot when I was younger and stuff, and it's something that I want to teach my son, football and boxing. But he's well into everything. He loves football, he loves basketball, he loves golf. See, I'm not a massive fan of golf. It was always a bit too slow for me, but it's great to be able to teach him, so I'm sure I'll end up watching a lot more of other sports because he really likes everything like that. He's sports crazy, so it's brilliant. But yeah, my main thing's always been football. It's what really drives me. It gives me chills. It's passionate. Like, you just look at this past week, for instance, the football that we've seen is ridiculous. There's nothing else that really does that for me. I mean, watching a boxing match and there's a massive knockout and you're like, whoa, that can get you on the edge of your seat, but football's the main one for me, my friend. Mickey says the ban is breaking news. Oh, I gotcha, Mickey. Thank you, my friend. Mark says, who wants to go to United? The wheels have fallen off. The wheels on the bus have fallen off. Exactly. And you can tell I've got nearly a 3-year-old in my house because I'm singing the wheels on the bus. One says, Mickey, I think the ban is for Italy only. Oh, there we go. It's something I don't know about at the moment, guys, so I can't comment on. He says Liverpool would be the best team in England if we get De Ligt alongside Virgil van Dijk centre back. We would. It would make us so much better. Tonic says Virgil van Dijk needs some rest. He can't play every game. I'll be comfortable with De Ligt when Virgil needs a break. Tonic, spot on. We do need more rotation, don't we, at points throughout the season as well. Mick says, no, it's now worldwide, Monis. Unreal. Dylan, is there any player you would take from any of the 3 relegated teams? That's a very good question, Dylan. I don't know, really. Klopp's so smart, isn't he? Like, if Klopp wants any of the players, then yeah. But to me, I don't know. I don't see Liverpool making many signings, and I think if there was 2 signings that I could make this window, which I think Liverpool are mainly going to make 2, I think there's not going to be loads. I think I would go after Ziyech or Fekir, obviously, if for whatever reason that was rekindled, then because they're the playmakers, and I would get De Ligt. That's my 2. Other than that, I don't know, but obviously if Klopp wanted a player from one of the relegated teams, I trust him fully, and I would be like, yeah, I'm on board. You know, Andy Robbo Mark II, here we come. Connor says, who do we want as backup for Alisson next season? Yeah, like we were saying earlier, it's a very good question. If Mignolet goes, if Karius don't come back in, then you've got a very good youth goalkeepers there. Kelleher's a fantastic goalkeeper. Alisson's going to play the majority of games anyway, so maybe stick with that. Puffy says, yes, back again. Hello, Puffy, my friend. How are you? Back again. I hope you've had a fantastic day, my friend. Thank you for joining us tonight. Mix says, I would use Kelleher as backup for Alisson. Yeah, I think that's kind of where my head is lying with it now, mate. The more I think about it, the more I'm saying it. LFC Tim saying Kelleher as well. Kevin Smith said I would get De Ligt and Nabil Fekir as the 2 players that we desperately need in the summer. Yeah. Those are the 2 kind of players that I come to mind. Paddy Wack is in the building. Good to see you tonight, my friend. He says, come on the Reds. Come on, Paddy. Big shout out to Paddy. Thank you for joining us. I hope you've had a fantastic day. Tonic says we definitely need a backup left back. Sessegnon fits the bill for me. He does for me as well, Tonic. 100% he does for me. I think, a lot of people are saying he's more of a left winger. I said, well, fantastic, because then he can be backup for left winger as well. He can play both roles. So I was looking at him and saying that I think we should go after him. Mick says shout out to Tranmere taking a 1-0 lead in the first leg of their playoff. Big shout out to Tranmere then, as Mickey said. RO says, I can't wait until June the 1st. Oh, RO. It's one of them, isn't it? I can't wait for it. But the other part of me is like, we've got a big game against Wolves, as we've lightly covered in this stream. I can't wait to see what happens. Miracles do happen, so Liverpool could win the league. And it's like, there's so much that could happen still, isn't there? Stephen says Sessegnon hasn't done much this season really, plus he's at the age where he needs to play regularly. I haven't been following him, Stephen. When we first linked with him, I looked at him and I thought, yeah, he looks like a decent player, and he's not going to be a first teamer for us, so he'd be a backup. But I think you're right in the sense that he's getting to the age, like we said about Harry Wilson, he needs to play first team football. So yeah, I know what you're saying with that comment there, mate. We got Sunday first, says Mickey. Yeah, oh yes, Mickey. That's a big day for us, isn't it? Sunday. It's massive. What was I going to say? Right, guys, I've been streaming for over 2 hours. It's been 2 hours and 16 minutes. It's gone 11 o'clock at night. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to love you and leave you. Don't forget, Liverpool kicking off 3 o'clock on Sunday. It's at Anfield, which a lot of you will know anyway. City are kicking off at the same time. On Sunday, I've got a lot to do before I get back to watch a game, but if I manage to get it all done, I'm going to be trying to get a watch along for that game, because it'd be lovely. Last game of the season, get a watch along going. So if you're about and you want to join me for a watch along, then I will let you know anyway. It'd be great if you're on Facebook and you want to join a good Liverpool group. Don't forget, On the Bench LFC, Liverpool FC fans group. Connor, Mickey, they help update that group, giving you guys updates on there. Follow me on Twitter as well, On the Bench LFC. And please leave a thumbs up if you haven't already, if you've enjoyed the content. Massive shout out to Connor and Mickey for their returns on the bench tonight to start the show off. And a massive shout out to Angry Scouser. Also, for all of you that joined the live stream tonight, massive thank you to all of you. It's been a pleasure talking to you all as always. Mark Harris and Joshua, massive shout out to both of you for the super chats. You top legends, all of you are legends. Come on Liverpool, miracles can happen. We win against Wolves, and then Brighton do it for us, guys. It doesn't matter what player scores for them, as long as Brighton do it, that's all I say. And then get Sunday out the way, and then we can look to the final. We've got loads of fantastic content coming up for you lot. If you haven't subscribed yet and you want a good Liverpool channel to subscribe to, hit that subscribe button. Let us know your views on everything moving forwards. Good night to all of you. I've been on the bench LFC. You've all been legends. I will see you in the next one. Take care.